Scotland's a wild and lovely place.
But there's a change we must embrace.
Scotland's water's world class.
No doubt.
So, take a refillable bottle.
When you go out.
It's your water, your life.
Top up from the tap with Scottish Water.
Fresh, cool, clear.
And only available right here.
Sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3,
Good afternoon and welcome back to the Royal Commonwealth Pool here in Edinburgh in Scotland. It is the Scottish National Short Course Open Swimming Championships Session 8, the Sunday afternoon session, penultimate session of these championships. My name's Paul Noble. I'll be bringing you the action this afternoon, and as we had this morning, beside me in the commentary box, Tony Rose. Welcome, Tony.
Afternoon.
Back again for more action this afternoon.
Yep. Tummy filled with lunch.
Yeah, we had about an hour there. So it's almost a repeat of what we saw in the session this morning in the heat session, session 7. We start off with a 200 individual medley for men, 200 freestyle, 100 breaststroke for the female, 100 butterfly, some sprints in the middle of the session, 50 freestyle and 50 backstroke. 200s and back to the 100s with the 100 backstroke and the 100 IM, 400 freestyle, and one of the events we didn't see this morning was the female 1500 meters freestyle, so that is what we have got to look forward to. It's not a qualifying heat for the 1500 freestyle, it's the 3 slower heats will swim the fastest heat, the 4th heat in the final session tonight, the final session of these entire championships. So it is kind of a repeat this morning, Tony, but these are the
extra
swimmers.
bonus,
yeah,
3 1500s
That's
this
right.
afternoon, Paul. So,
but the swimmers will be trying to make it their way into one of the finals tonight, won't they? And we've seen it the last couple of days that we've always had a handful of swimmers make it through into one of this evening's finals from the afternoon session. It's the slower entry times, so it might be a bit of a tough ask to get into that final, one of those finals tonight, but some of the swimmers have managed it. We're hoping for more.
Generally in the 50s and the 100s, because there are 3 finals, A, B and C in the 50s and 100s, only A and B final in the 200s, so a much more difficult ask in the 200s and above, and we've certainly seen a number. I think you might see quite a few in the female 100 IM. That seems to be one of the ones that people in the afternoon are having. They only do it once a year at this meet, and they can pull something out of the bag. So I think historically that's one of the ones we've seen get through. So we will just wait and see on that one. But lots of people not swimming to try and get in those finals, just swimming to try and get their best time or
obviously
improve on what they've done before. So there'll be strong swims throughougut the programme at the front end and the back end of each event.
And Tony, you got the system all fired up. We'll be able to tell us the times from this morning's heats. What we've got to look for to make one of those finals.
Yep, so we can keep everyone posted on that. All unofficial, of course. It needs to be confirmed, etc. But we've got the times from this morning in front of us for each event, and we will try and let you all know at home if anyone's made it or not. And clearly for somebody making it, there's a disappointment with somebody who thought they were in one no longer making it, so it's double-edged, I suppose.
Of course, we don't know about withdrawals as well, is there? That's always
true.
one that comes in. We said that this morning about Sunday afternoon. Some people maybe have to get transport, maybe have to get away home, get on the road a little bit earlier, so we might see some withdrawals. So some people think they've maybe missed out, but keep an eye on the official postings, who's in the finals.
Indeed. So this is into the first event, male and open 200 IM. We've got 4 heats, as you can see, that one of 4 on the screen there lets you know where we are in terms of current heat and the total that will be in each event. And in this one we have 3 swimmers: Marcus Blake from City of Glasgow, Rory Vick from Warren the Baths, and Luke McCall also from Warren the Baths. Entry times are a huge 600ths of a second apart between each 3 of these, so but see whether that actually translates into a close race in the pool. We'll see. It does depend when each of them did their time, how old it is, how they're feeling at the moment. Different ages as well. 14-year-old Rory, he's a East District champion, got a bronze medal at national age groups, Youth Academy member. Luke McCall is 16 and Marcus Blake is 17, and it is the younger of the 3, Rory Vick, just touching ahead there. Good fly. Backstroke's probably his weakest stroke on this event. Strong breaststroker Rory.
Yeah, we've seen though, well, certainly yesterday in the heat session and Friday as well in the afternoon session, we've seen some big improvements on entry times. You said, Tony, don't get a lot of chances to swim some of these events in short course at the big championships. So yeah, we're hoping for some big improvements here as they come past halfway. Rory Vick still with that lead, Marcus Blake and Luke McCall close behind. Not much in it at all.
Nope.
Talked about the perfect spearhead. Look at that.
Oh well,
there you
you'd
go.
like to think you'd get it with 3, wouldn't you? If they're not getting it with 3, then we've got no chance with 8. But and it is perfect. Those 2 behind turned almost identically. So For those of you like these patterns in the pool, there you go. They've all kept pretty close to each other. No one's pulled away on this breaststroke. They're clearly all three pretty strong breaststrokers. And really not a lot in it at all. Rory was just slightly the fastest breaststroker there, 39.9. And you can see on the screen, that's what that's showing you there, is each of the 50 split times and the running total. And Rory looking strong here. Entry time for him was a 2:18.5. Let's see if he can get under that. Feels like he is going to. And it looks like it's a under 1-2. Clubmates Rory and Luke. And Rory is going to do a nice improvement. 2:15.44. You should be pleased with that. That's a nice one. It was Luke McCall, his teammate, second in a 2:17.31. And Marcus Blake 2:18.93. We'll just wait for that to get confirmed on your screen. There we go. That's the 1-2-3. A good start there. Rory, 3 seconds improvement on his time. He'll be pleased with that, hopefully.
Yeah, continuing the trend of good swims in the afternoon. Big improvement there. And there's a lineup for the second heat. Callum Mackenzie, Perth City. That's lane number 1 right up there at the top of your picture. Charlie Ward, Borough Stockton in 2. Roy Stobie from Warrender Baths, that familiar red cap of Warrender in lane 3. Lachlan Bremner from Highland in 4. Sam Ross, Warrender in 5. Archie Maguire, City of Sunderland in 6. 13 years of age, youngest in this field. Lewis Lothian from East Lothian going in 7, and Jed Armitage from Highland in lane number 8. So that's the 8 swimmers. Entry times 2:17.6 down to 2:18.3 from lane 4 through to lane 8. So again, as always, as you look at the pool on your picture, lane 1 at the top, lane 8 at the bottom, and those 2 yellow marked lanes in the middle are lanes 4 at the top and 5 at the bottom of those 2 yellow marked lanes. So it's all the action taking place furthest away from us in lanes 1, 2 and 3. Callum Mackenzie in 1, Charlie Ward in 2, and Rory Stobie in lane number 3. So halfway point, and 1, 2 and 3 lead them through. They've got almost a second lead over Archie Maguire in lane number 6, but as we have seen, breaststroke can make a little bit of a difference here. I wonder if the swimmers in the middle of designs are coming back on the leaders, and it looks like everything's closing up a little bit, Tony.
Off and away. You find the centre lane people are probably stronger on breaststroke. No, Sam Ross will come back on this one, but also Lachlan Bremner looking strong, and that lane 4 is coming through, the Highland swimmer. He was finalist at Snags and the Scottish Summer Meet, and he's just edging ahead now. And he's the fastest in the pool there, you can see. Sam not too far behind, but Lachlan's created a nice lead. It's the youngster Archie Maguire from the City of Sunderland. He's maybe trying to push him the hardest. He won his North East England Age Group Championship title, 13-year-old. Third at the summer meet, the single summer meet, and he's coming through fast, but I think he's just left it too late. Very close though, 2:14.86. So that's just an improvement on the previous heat. A nice swim there by Archie, did get it, 2:15.26. Has had a DQ in lane 4 for Lachlan. Disappointing for him, so Archie gets it. 2:15, and we're on to the third heat. And this is Aaron Drake, Warner Bass in 1, Luke Garrity, Inverclyde in 2, Oscar Churnside, Gary in 3, Taylor Horseman, Tadcaster in 4, Luke Littler, Derwentside and Gateshead in 5, Matthew Day from City of Sunderland in 6, Conan Swinney from Derwentside and Gateshead in 7, and Samuel Whitehorn from Midlothian. Already seen Oscar this morning, had a strong swim in his 400 freestyle. Excellent, really big improvement for him. Just missed out on the B final, I think. And it's Samuel Whitehorn who's taken this one on. He had a strong 1500 yesterday as well. As did Oscar. And there's Samuel. 27.78. That's the fastest 50 fly we've seen this afternoon. And still pretty close out across 5 or 6 of these swimmers. Anyone from 3 through to 8 are very, very tight with each other. Maybe still Conan Swinney now, Derwentside and Gateshead swimmer, along with in lane 3 Oscar Churnside. Good backstroke from Conan. And he's going to take the lead going into the breaststroke. And yeah, it was good, 2 seconds faster than Samuel on that backstroke leg. And see where we get to in the breaststroke. Again, some of the guys in the middle of the field probably, Taylor and Luke maybe, coming through. But Conan's not letting them past. Maintaining that lead, although a good turn there from Matthew Day, City of Sunderland swimmer and Midlothian Samuel Whitehorn, and they've just squeezed ahead of Conan Swinney, either side of him. Good second light, bit 25 of breast for Matthew. And you can see there, 2 seconds faster than Samuel, and 4 seconds just about faster than Conan. So Garrity's made a bit of a push on that breaststroke, but he's quite a long way back, and it definitely looks like Matthew Day now has the momentum with him. And he's going to take this one. Entry time for him, 2:17.13. He's looking strong. And we've had some good swims already. Is he going to get under that 2:10? It's going to be very close, but not quite. 2:10.8. So that's a nice swim from him. I thought we might struggle to get close to this 2:08.56, which is the B final time, and that's not too far off. So maybe we will. But Sam Whitehorn gets in second, and Conan Swinney ended up third there. That was a super swim from Matthew.
Swimmer from City of Sunderland in lane 6 taking that one. There's a bit of deja vu about that. That's exactly what happened in the previous heat. Archie Maguire and Matthew Day taking those previous heats. No City of Sunderland in this next one. Oh, there's a DQ though. And Conan Swinney DQ for a technical infraction, unfortunately. But the winner of that heat safely home in 2:10.80. Great times, you said, Tony. Not too far away with a 2:08.56 to make that B final. What is it, 2:09.39 for a reserve place?
Yep. So
is it 2 reserves for these?
There are 2, yep.
So the last heat, Ben Swan from Borough of Stockton, Nasser Al-Soleil from University College Dublin, Conor Aspinall from East Lothian 3, Taylor Sinclair from Elgin in 4, Peter McGrath of Derwentside and Gateshead in lane 5, Finlay Bennett from South Lanarkshire in 6, Adam Thompson from South Ayrshire in 7, and Harry Keogh from Ren 96 in 8. Doesn't look like anyone's in 2, but we have got the other 7 swimmers in this one. Peter McGrath leading them through in lane number 5, Derwentside and Gateshead swimmer. Again, Conor Aspinall will be coming back into contention here in lane number 3, just ahead of Taylor Sinclair from Elgin. So it's these 3 in the middle. Just keep an eye on the splits, although sometimes splits can be a little bit deceptive in an IM because people have got different strengths across the 4 strokes, but McGrath and Aspinall absolutely together. That's the fastest 100 split we have seen in 1:09.93, and looking like a very strong breaststroke from Peter McGrath. That could be on for something here, Tony. We might just dip under that 2:10 mark, and that will get us close certainly to the reserve places.
Yeah, he's had a good weekend, Peter, the 18-year-old from Derwentside and Gateshead, a big team from that club here, and he is powering ahead now on this breaststroke, 37.7, so he needs to do a 31. It's going to be tough going in this freestyle leg, but it's not beyond the realms of possibility. Took 4 seconds off Conor on that breaststroke leg there. So it's good strong swimming here from Peter. Conor's coming back a little, trying to take Taylor Sinclair. It's a good swim from Peter, regardless of whether he gets that 2:08. This is going to be a big improvement on his 2:14.8 entry time. And his head's down, no breathing, and he's very close. But oh, look at that, 2:09.13. So he does get a second reserve place. for his efforts there, and a 5-second improvement on his entry time. So good afternoon's work already for Peter. He paced that really well. Conor Aspinall got second place ahead of Taylor Sinclair. 2:11 for Conor, and that's a big improvement for him as well, 4 seconds. So some really strong swimming in that afternoon heats of the male and open turned IM. And now moving on to the next event, one of 8 heats here in the female 200 freestyle.
Line up for this one. Have we got all the 5 swimmers in this? Yeah, we certainly have. Millie Northrop from Borough Barnsley in 2, Amelia Burrell from Glenrothes in 3, Sophie Allison from Western Berkshire in 4, Anna Campbell, City of Glasgow in 5, and Caitlin Morton, City of Glasgow in lane number 6. 200 freestyle, so 8 lengths of the pool again, but all freestyle. Swimmers, exhausted swimmers from the IM just making their way out, just as the female swimmers come down for their first 50 turn. Millie Northrop leads them through, Sophie Allison in second, Amelia Burrell close by. It's between the 2 leaders at the minute in lane 3. We saw Amelia Burrell finish really well in the 200 breaststrokes. I think he's better known as a breaststroker. So my old club, Glenrothes, used to swim with her mum and her auntie.
There you go, that's quite nice.
So they were all big. Her granddad was the president of the club. I'm not sure he's still back involved again. He thought he was finished with all that, but the grandkids now part of Glenrothes club, so he's back involved again.
Which in swimming, I'm very rarely out of it.
So looks like a close contest though as they move into the second half of this one. That's 125 metre mark, and closest to us probably Caitlin Morton now, and Sophie Allison. Allison just stretching away from the others. I wonder if anyone can make a little bit of a move. Entry times for all of these swimmers 2:13 to 2:13.3 to 2:13.4, so they're giving themselves a good chance here. You see Sophie Allison 34 points, so if she does another 34 she is going to be somewhere around about the 2:11 mark, so inside that entry time.
That's good, and there's 2 of them here pushing each other on. Caitlin from City of Glasgow and Sophie, and I think Caitlin may have just edged ahead the 14-year-olds from City of Glasgow, and I think it is just going to be her, and 2:11 it is, 2:11.56. That's a nice swim, and a 2:11.88, so good swimming there for both of them. 2.5 improvement. Good afternoon's work already again, so hopefully those 2 will be pleased with that. Amelia not too far off her entry time, so that was your 1, 2, 3. Moving on to heat 2, we have Emily Dickens, City of Glasgow in 1, Kira Pemble, Best in 2, Mila Pike from Newcastle in 3, Tatinda Tayenga, Borough Stockton in lane 4, Abby Coventry from Morpeth in 5, Charlotte Soulsby, Newcastle in 6, Macy Walton from Borough Stockton in 7, and Sophie Steele, South Ayrshire swimmer, in lane 8. Slightly more between these swimmers, but there's only 0.6 on entry time, so should be close. Fastest in is Tatinda Tienga, Borough Stockton swimmer, 17-year-old, but still pretty even across at least 7 of the 8. Still too early to tell how this one will work through, but not a lot between them.
Borough Stockton got a lot of representatives. Just looking down the list here, they've got 2 in this one, got 1 in the next one, 1 in the one after, another 1 later on.
Yeah, no,
so big representation from the Borough of Stockton, so
what a big
good
team
to see them. Yeah, back in the County Durham, isn't it, Borough of Stockton?
Well, I had problems with my geography this morning. I'm not sure I'm going to...
Just near Darlington, to Stockton to Darlington, the first train journey.
It was indeed.
There you go. That's a little bit of history for us.
And it was a pretty short one, so they must be pretty nearby.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
1:02.9. And it is Tatenda. Macy led at the 50, but Tatenda's really pulled away on that second 50, and she's now got nearly a body length's lead over the rest of them. And still pretty even across a lot of the rest of the swimmers, either side of tenders, Abby Coventry and Myla Pike. 50 to go. And it's still very even in the pool. You can see from those splits, those first 4 all doing pretty much the same last 50 split. Let's see if any of the others can pull back on to tender. They are a wee bit actually. Myla Pike looks like she's got the best chance. Newcastle swimmer. Has to tender left enough? She probably has. It's been a strong swim from her, and she's looking strong as she comes through to the flags. And I think Tatender is going to take this one. Do 11.94, so that's about half a second up on her entry. Myla did get second. Looks like she improved on her entry time as well. And Abby Coventry just touched in third, and she was also under entry time. So those first 3 have improved on their swimming.
Yeah, can't ask for more there. That was a good swim from the front of the field from Tienga. Heat number 3 on its way. Another Borough of Stockton representative in this one. That's Jennifer Smith, who goes in line number 7. Amelia Leslie goes in line number 1. She's from Stockport Metro. Lucy Hall from East Lothian goes in 2. Emily Forster from City of Sunderland goes in 3. Another one of the 13-year-olds that we see taking the start here. Charlotte Payton from Tynemouth in 4. Naomi Wilson from Warren de Baths in 5. Irene Ferris from Cumbernauld in 6. Jennifer Smith, Borough of Stockton in 7. And Amy Rowell, the City of Glasgow swimmer, in lane number 8. Amy Rowell and Jennifer Smith, 2 14-year-olds. In lanes 7 and 8. But Lucy Hall leads the way. East Lothian, one of the local swimmers, nearly local. Naomi Wilson could probably claim to be the local swimmer from Warren de Bath.
Yeah, but East Lothian do train in this pool, I think, once or twice a week sometimes. So pretty sure they have some of their trainings get a bit of long course training in. Certainly used to. And 102.74 for her. But yeah, Naomi will train here almost every session, I think. Warren, the swimmer. And Lucy's doing well, East Lothian. She's finalists in both the Snags and Scottish Summer Meets in this one. And she's looking pretty strong. And she's going to turn with 50 to go with a pretty commanding lead actually. And she is the fastest in the pool. You can see from that, good half a second quicker than anyone else. So the rest of them all roughly about the same in that third 50. But Lucy is the standout, and looks like she's going to make that pay for her in this race. Looking to 12 is where she's looking to beat. She should get under that. Might be edging under the 210 or getting close to it. Anyway, no. As she comes into the wall, it's going to be very close to that. 210.4, but it's a nice swim for her.
Yeah, 2 seconds improvement. There is a result, 210.40 and 211.49. Irene Ferris just 4 100s behind Charlotte Payton, who finishes in 2nd place. What kind of time are we looking for this one in the 200 freestyle, Tony? I know we've still got a few more heats to come. 8 heats of this one. We're only on heat number 4. The heats get progressively faster. So I imagine it be
2:04.22.
2:04, right? Okay.
Possible.
Last heat maybe edging towards it, but we're seeing improvements in every heat so far, so it's a good sign.
Yeah, and we've got full pool again. May Rogers, Warren the swimmer, in lane 1. Gemma Brown from Carnegie in 2. Alice Ward, Borough of Stockton in 3. Olivia Caldwell, City of Glasgow in 4. Molly Weir, West Lothian in 5. Ava Ross from City of Glasgow in 6. Niamh Savary, Newcastle in 7. And Zara Holt from Tadcaster in 8. So it's May Rogers going out pretty fast out there in lane 1. Warren the swimmer. She will know this pool very well. More known as a breaststroker. But, she's gone just 4th in the B final of the 200 breaststroke yesterday, I think. But doing well in this 200 freestyle. Maybe just been overtaken now by Ava Ross, City of Glasgow, sorry, Molly Weir, West Lothian, in lane 5. I think Molly is now in the lead. 102.47. So only slightly down on the previous heat. But she's looking strong, Molly.
Yeah, another nearly local swimmer from West Lothian, just down the road from Edinburgh here. And she is coming in now to the 150 mark, so 50 metres to go when they hit this bottom end. May Rogers still going well in that outside lane right at the top. Ava Ross is coming back as well. You just see the splits there. Oh, nothing much to choose between the top three. Look at that, 33.5, 33.6, 33.6. They are all pretty static in terms of their positions. Let's see what Olivia Colwell and Alice Ward can do. They're coming back in lanes 4 and 3, just a couple of lanes up from the leader. They're all kind of closing up now, but I think Molly Weir might just have enough yet in lane 5. Her entry time was 2:11.66. She's going to be inside that. 2:10 flat for Molly Weir, and that is an excellent time. 2:10.00. That's not too bad. I'm sure she would like to have dipped under that. 2:09.99.
It always sounds better than 2:10.00.
But no, nevertheless, that's a good swim from Molly Weir. So her entry time, as I said, 2:11. So 1.5 second improvement for Molly Weir.
That's nice swimming. Moving on to heat 5. Caitlin Frame from first, lane 1. Lorna Heppel, Churchill Street in 2. Matilda Smith from City of Sunderland in 3. Lexi Lamont, Aberdeen in 4. Lucy Raper, Morpeth in 5. Ella Took, University of Stirling in 6. Kate Nolan from East Lothian in 7. And Emma Creaney, University of Aberdeen Performance in lane 8. And off they go in this one.
A few of the reaction times not coming up there on the board. That's a worrying sign, isn't it, Tony?
Yeah, well, they definitely left the blocks, didn't
Yeah,
they?
they're definitely there.
So could be a very worrying sign.
It's always interesting to see the reaction times.
Yeah.
Actually, well, certainly in the sprint, you look at the reaction time of the sprinters. Interesting to see, because that makes a big difference.
Kate
in the
Nolan
sprints,
had the
doesn't it?
fastest reaction by 0.2 and is 0.4 up at the end of that first 50. So who knows if that's, must be a bit of a correlation between getting fast off the block and fast into the race. And Kate's making the most of that in this one. And she's really motored off in this first half of this 200, East Lothian swimmer. And a few of them we've heard in the last few heats as well. So she turns in a 1:01.88. That is the quickest we've had at the halfway stage this afternoon. See if she can build on that. And her and Ella Took are pulling away. If you look at the splits there, feels like lane 4. Lexi Lamont from Aberdeen, the 15-year-old, she's starting to ramp things up a little. She's finalist at Snags and Scottish Summer Meet, Lexi. And as was Kate Nolan in her respective age group, and it's now much closer. Still Kate, but only just. Ella there, half a second quicker on that 50, and it's all tightening up.
Lexi in the 32 range there as well for the 50. So yeah, she's got momentum, I think, in lane number 4 coming through, just increasing the speed as she goes through. Here in the venue we get to know if the previous splits are faster or slower, and they go green if they're faster than the previous split. And Lexi Lamont, the only one on the board, gone green, but she's been pressed by the Matilda Smith in 3, and it's Lexi Lamont will take it. 2:09.89. Ella Took in second, and Matilda Smith finishing like a train. 32.77 for her final 50, bringing her through into third spot. But Lexi Lamont under the 2:10. First one we've seen under the 2:10.
Hopefully pleased with that. 15-year-old from Aberdeen. And here we are, 6. Caitlin Young from Crawley in 1. Molly Irvin Watson Dumfries in 2. Caris Mooney from City of Glasgow in 3. Eloise Herbert, Tadcaster in 4. Jessica Thomas in Burren Stockton swimmer in 5. Alice Perry from Warrender in 6. Lucy Hunter, South Lanarkshire in 7. Safrina Machin, City of Glasgow in lane 8. Eloise Herbert, Tadcaster swimmer has gone off strong. Also on just next to her is Jessica Thomas from one of those Borough Stockton swimmers. And pretty steady first 50, a little bit of slow-mo there for us. It's a new shot, we've not had that before. And it does look like it's Jessica Thomas, Borough Stockton, just heading the Tadcaster swimmer with Lucy Hunter from South Lanarkshire on their shoulder.
Yeah, again, that's the centre lanes looking good. Caitlin Young going well at the top. Maybe into third position, maybe fourth actually. As Lucy Hunter has gone well too. 103.08 at the turn for Lucy Hunter. She's about half a second down on Jessica Thomas there at that halfway point. And again, everything to play for. Jessica Thomas looking good. Lucy Hunter again has gone pretty well on that 25, and she's now beginning to press. It's Lucy Hunter closest to us in lane number 7, and as they come down to the 150 mark, still Jessica Thomas, and the gap has closed, but only very, very slightly. Molly Irvin Watson making a move on 32.65 here up there in lane 2, so she's got the momentum now, so there's danger all over the place here. Jessica Thomas still with the lead, the long time leader. Can she hold on? Lucy Hunter right there. It looks like Eloise Herbert making a little bit of a bid at the end. Molly Irvin Watson, Caris Mooney also there. 5 swimmers all in a row. Who's it going to be? It is Lucy Hunter. Will get in 2:09.25, and that was a great last 50. Look at that, 32.58. Jessica Thomas just in second. Molly Irvin Watson in third place, with Eloise Herbert and Caris Mooney just on the 2:10 mark. So 3 under the 2:10.
Very good. I think Molly Irvin Watson wasn't far away from negative splitting that race. 2:32s in the last 250s, so that must have been pretty close to that. Very unusual in the 200, but she piled in at the end. Anyway, into heat 7, Ruby Robinson, Tadcaster in 1, Louise Connell, City of Glasgow in 2, Ella Cunningham, City of Glasgow in 3, Zoe Giddon, Warren de Bath in 4, Tony Jameson, University of Aberdeen in 5, Honey Robinson, City of Sunderland in 6, Natalie Marshall from West Lothian in 7, and Ella Poolman, Glenrothes swimmer, in lane 8. Good start from Natalie, 18-year-old from West Lothian, and Zoe Giddon, the Warrender master swimmer, I think you could probably say. I think somebody did tell me that she had a Scottish Masters record the other day. I think it was in IM, but she's pushing on well in this 200 freestyle. Her and Ella Poolman and Natalie Marshall down here, they seem to be taking this one out. Got quite a substantial lead already, the 3 of them. Looks good in lane 4. Zoe looking very strong, tidy stroke, 101.99. Not quite as fast as heat or 2 before. Kate Nolan went very fast out in that first 100 in that.
Remind us, Tony, is it what, 2:04 for the place in the
2:04.22. So I think probably beyond this heat.
Is that what was the reserves in these ones? Are they
reserves are 2:04.68 is the second reserve.
68.
Pretty close.
Okay.
I think they just missed out. So we'll see where Zoe's at here. 1:34.42. Yeah, I think she's going to be around 27, 26, 27, which is going to be nice. If she can do that, that's a couple of seconds quicker than she came in on. She's really taken this field apart, hasn't she?
Yeah, great swim in the second half here. She's really gone away from the others. 32.4 on that previous 50. She's going to be there or thereabouts on this last 50 as well. It's very close for second right across the pool, but no doubt about who's going to take it. So Gideon will take it. 32.82 on that final 50 for 2:07.24. And Ruby Robinson coming through very strongly right at the top for second, and right at the other end at the bottom, Ella Pullman for third place. But great second half of that race for Zoe Giddon. 2:07 28.24.
So we're now moving on to the final one of these heats. Good swimmers in this one. Josephine Klein, Stirling University in 1. Chloe Brotherton, South Tyne in 2. Tegan Black from East Lothian in 3. Ola McInnes, Heart of Midlothian in 4. Ashley Drake, Warren de Bass in 5. Katie Otterson, Newcastle in 6. Layla Weatherspoon, Heart of Midlothian in 7. And Lily Mundell, Heart of Midlothian in 8. Yeah, one of these could get to that 204, I think. There's a quality field in here. Josephine Klein has been having a very, very strong meet out there in lane 1. Layla Witherspoon has won a couple of junior titles in the sprints. Lily Mundell also right up there, and it is Josephine Klein. She has had some great swims. Pretty sure she's made quite a number of finals, maybe B or C's, but she's definitely swum it, and she's way out faster than anyone else so far.
Got to be kind of bang on the minute, really, if you're going to get on that 204 range, aren't you?
Anything
at the halfway point.
Yeah, and that's setting yourself up for doing that at 28 points. And at the very other side of the pool, you've got the two Hart swimmers, Layla Weatherspoon and Lily Mundell, pushing each other hard. Lily was, as a junior national team member, silver medalist in this event at Snags and Scottish Summer Meet. But it's Josephine, 10.69. It's given herself a chance. See if she can come back strong. Layla's just ahead of Lily on that halfway split. East Academy member Layla, and it's still the three of them pushing each other along. I'm not sure whether Josephine will know much about the Hearts pair down at this side of the pool. Oh, and they're all very much in a line now. It'll be interesting to see where we get to at the end of this one. It's Lily now.
Can be sure that
1:33.9.
Hearts swimmers will definitely be trying to get ahead of each other. It's club pride here at stake.
And Layla's not going to let Lily get away from her too far. And you can see it's still Lily in the pool who's ahead. I think Lily's done enough here. Is Layla going to push back? I don't think so. Lily very determined. Fast finish from her. And that's a good swim. 2:05.65. So that's 3-second improvement. Good one for her, Lily. Josephine just edging out Layla from second and third, but the two Hart swimmers there congratulating each other. And that's Layla in third. So that was good.
Yes,
good swimming there. They just missed out on that B final, but not too far. But all top three of them swimming vastly improved.
Yeah, must have been about, what, maybe just missing out on the reserve spots, maybe about 20th place, so not too far away.
Yeah, 21st, 22nd they were. So
yeah.
That's good swimming.
So not too far away at all. Butterfly 100 metre event for the male and open. We have one empty lane, or we do have Ishmael. In fact, a little bit different. Must have been a reserve being put in here, I think. Tony Matthew Martin has come into lane number 1. So Matthew Martin, one of the reserves, University of Stirling, in lane number 1. Jasper Harrison in 2. Mano Drysdale going for Warren de Bass in 3. Cody Ingram, Borough Barnsley in 4. James Lauder, Hart Midlothian in 5. Gabe McCartan is not there in 6. Caelan Johnson from Lerwick in 7. And Max Turnbull down at the bottom in lane number 8. And we're already on the final stages of this one. Mano Drysdale with entry time just on the 1 minute. Is he going to dip under? He certainly is. 58.31. Well done, Mano Drysdale. He will be delighted to be under the 1 minute mark, and he did it comfortably there. 58.31 for him. James Lauder in second, also in the 58 second range. James Lauder 58.79, and Matthew Martin, the reserve, having a great swim. 59.09 for third.
Good on him.
Well done, Matthew Martin. You got your chance and you took it.
Always good to see that.
So second heat about to go. Are we all there? I think we are. James Gillis in 1. Lewis Austin from Highland in 2, Rory Webster from Dumfries in 3, David Landman from City of Glasgow in 4, Alfie Price from Orkney in 5, Magnus Bullough from Shetland in 6, Jed Armitage Highland in 7, and Nasser Assaleh from University College Dublin off to a good start down here at the bottom in lane number 8. But it is David Landman, I think, City of Glasgow, who's going to lead them through again. Always kind of all these swimmers just lazily getting out of the water, and the event's coming up to the 50 metre stern. It's happened a few times that someone's going to get caught, I think.
Yeah, no, somebody nearly did yesterday, I think it was. Literally arm coming over as the head was going under the lane. It's good race now though between lanes 3 and 4. Rory Webster and David Landman. They're in under a minute. Are they going to get into that 58 territory? Oh, very strong finish at the end there in 3 from Rory Webster. That was a super 58.53. So yeah, pleased with that. He finished that race off really well. Judged the finish excellently. And he comes in 58.53. 59.11 for Alfie Price. Finished strongly. David Landman in 3rd. In Heat 3, Torrin Liversidge from Bankery, Will Gibson, Durham City in 2, Rio Rogers from Basildon Phoenix in 3, Richard Butterworth, Morpeth in 4, Jamie McCormick, Chesterley Street in 5, Matthew Scott from Newcastle in 6, Alexander Morton, Darlington in 7, and Callum Mungan, Aquabears in 8. Rio Rogers there, fastest start, but it's not helped him that much.
Is that orange cap we talked about yesterday on the live stream, the Basildon Phoenix cap from Rio Rogers in lane number 3. Richard Butterworth going well in the first half of that one though, 26.90 for him. Will Gibson in 2nd and Alexander Morton in 3rd, just ahead of Jamie McCormack. But yeah, Richard Butterworth looking very good, and Morpeth swimmer, the only swimmer in his entry time in the 58-second range, 58.88. And again, some good work underwater. Jamie McCormack was up a lot quicker, but Butterworth was able to hold that lead, and I think he might just get in here for the win. 58.00. Well, I'd be delighted with that one. I think his fans are just to the left of us here. Yeah. Maybe you can hear them. They seem pleased.
They seem very, very pleased, which is good. That's what it's all about. And here we go, penultimate heat of this 100 fly. Tom Jeffords from Ren 96 in 1, Jamie Beach, Newcastle in 2, Fergus Woodward from Portobello in 3, Connor Stewart, Stirling Swim in 4, Lewis Kessel from Darlington in 5, Joe Carter, Delting in 6, Edward Bell, Seagulls in 7, Aaron Ilkers, University of Stirling in lane 8. All in the 58s here. 56.78 is the 24th place, the last place in the C final. It's a big ask for some of these guys, but you know, you never know. And a strong start from Aaron in lane 8. Very strong start. I mean, he's got a couple of body lengths up on the rest of the field here, and if he can keep this up, he's going to be in with a shout. He's going to turn in 26.05, so that's by far the fastest. He's given himself a chance, you know. He's to come back in a 30 point. And if he can keep this going, very close at the top end there with the rest of the field. Nothing really between the remaining 5 or 6 at the top there. Aaron's still way out, 5 meters out. And is he going to get under this 56.78? That'll get himself a second swim. He's going to be very, very close, and I think he's going to do it, you know. Oh. And he does easily. 55.91, just misses out on the B final. It's a super swim from Aaron. He pulled that one out of the bag, didn't he? So comfortably into that C final for Aaron. It's good to see.
Connor Stewart good as well, 58.39.
Yeah.
And Tony, you know what this means? You know what this means? It was a tie for 21st place. It's now a tie for 22nd place.
So you're feeling a swim off coming along here. We had quite a lot of swim off chat this morning. If you missed this morning's live stream, so Paul has been
It's actually, was that what was 55.91? Was that?
Yeah,
he's tie
second place into that C
tie
final.
for second reserve in
Very
the.
good.
No, I'm not sure they have second reserves
I
in
don't
the
know.
B final.
Yeah,
do
you're
they?
looking. Oh, you're really clutching at straws now for some of us. I don't think they will, but you never know. Somebody pulls out of the B final. Somebody's got to. Somebody's got to be picked.
That's it. Yeah.
So who have we got here? We have Ross Anderton in 1, East Lothian Charlie Ward, Burrow Stockton in 2, Cedar Gullen in 3, Cameron Jameson in 4, Ben Palmer in 5, Ethan Williams in 6, Finlay Nelson in 7, and Jacob Brown in 8. 25.49 by Cameron Jameson. That is fast. The Repton swimmer. That is really very speedy, and he's been pushed on by Ben Palmer, the Birmingham University swimmer. And in lane 3, Cedar Gullen as well from Edinburgh University. And it's now Ben Palmer who's taken this one on. He's in on a 57.5. And he's got a fast finish here, and he's going to do it as well. 56.2. Yep. Oh, he's just misses out. He's first reserve for that C final. 56.2. Good swim though for Ben. It's a nice improvement, and he will be first reserve for that C final. Cedar Gullen 56.76. He'll be second reserve, I think. And good swimming there. So people peppering a place.
Yeah, you might get a swim there. It was a great second half, wasn't it?
It really was.
From Ben, really picked up there. Came through very, very strongly. And go to the next 100 event. It's the 100 metres breaststroke, the female 100 metres breaststroke. We have 5 swimmers in this first heat, so we have how many heats? 6 heats of this 100 breaststroke. Ciara Hart from Scotia goes in lane 2. Josie Grimes from Warren Bass in 3. Ksenia Mann from Lingashill in 4. Olivia Rowan from Tadcaster in 5. And Sarah Wood for Devon going in lane number 6. And not much between anyone here. Look at that. 2 100s between Sarah Wood and Ksenia Mann. And Olivia Rowan just a couple of tenths behind. And Josie Grimes and Ciara Hart less than a second outside that leading spot. But maybe in the centre, Ksenia Mann in lane 4, the middle of all those 5 swimmers. Look at how close this one is. Everyone still in contention. Josie Grimes maybe in 5th place, and Ciara Hart was well down the field, but she has picked up immensely, and she might come from 4th or 5th right through to win this one. Ciara Hart in lane number 2 is going to be into the wall first, and what a swim that was from Ciara Hart. 1:17.27, and I think most of these, in fact maybe all of these swimmers, are under their entry time. Yep. So a full house, I think, Tony.
Yeah, 2-second improvement for Ciara. That's pretty impressive. So she's hopefully pleased with that one. And we're on to heat 2. This one we have Rosie Stutchfield, Warren Bass in 1, Bronwyn Payne from Best in 2, Amelia Burrell, Glen Rothis in 3, Emily Burrell from Darlington in 4, Cara White from Wren 96 in 5, Molly Irvin Watson from Dumfries in 6, Macy Carty, Faulthouse in 7, and Lizzie Wyke, Edinburgh University in 8. We've already seen quite a few of these swimmers. Molly Irvin Watson had a storming second half in her 200 freestyle. See if she can follow that up here, but it's lane 2, Bronwyn Payne, the best swimmer, and that's the Borders team, composite squads, and Rosie Stutchfield, a 14-year-old, Warrender swimmer in 1, is pushing her hard. That's Bronwyn and Rosie, then about 0.4 of each other, only 200s ahead of Emily Burrell. Lizzie Wyke in 8 going well. But it's now Bronwyn Payne from the Borders who's pulling ahead, trying to go with it. Emily Burrell from Darlington, Rosie Stutchfield still there. The youngster from Warrender is trying hard to keep going, trying to stick with these 2 swimmers, but Bronwyn's really pulling away. 1:18.44 entry, and she's going to nicely under that. Look at this, another great swim here. 1:16.45. So a super swim from Bronwyn. It's 2 seconds improvement on her entry. Emily Burrell 1:18.07 and Rosie Stutchfield 1:18.38. So I think they all just under their entry times as well. So PBs keep
Yeah,
falling.
excellent. And it's a tough turnaround for some of these swimmers. We just saw some of them swim just a little while ago in the 200 freestyle.
Yep.
So yeah, tough turnaround, quite quick into another race. But here we are in heat number 3. Matilda Hendon from Tadcaster going in lane number 1. Jessica Schultz from University of Stirling in lane 2. Bethan Lilstone from Whitney in lane 3. We have Ella Wood from Forfar in lane number 4. Ellen McPhee from Faulthouse in 5. Joey Lau from Derwentside and Gateshead in 6. Millie Rivers from Chesterley Street in 7. And Beth Craig from Aberdeen in lane number 8. So in lane number 4 it is a swimmer from Forfar, Ella Wood, entry time of 1:17.77. So we've seen a couple of swimmers already go faster than that in the previous 2 heats. So I wonder if Ella can do the same here. She comes up to this final turn now with a little bit of an advantage over Joey Lau, I think, in lane number 6. And 1 lane down from Joey Lau, Millie Rivers. Joey Lau coming back strongly. She had a couple of good swims yesterday. Joey Lau right at the featuring at the front of the field, but is she going to get back on terms with Ella Wood into the wall? She might do, you know. And she does. Joey Lau takes it in 1:16.66 and ahead of Ella Wood, 1:16.73. So 2 good times there at the front of the field for the 2 leaders.
Yep, I think Millie Rivers also under her entry, so more good swimming. Leonie Bedborough next now into heat 4 is in lane 1. Half Midlothian swimmer. Olivia May Curran, Tadcaster in 2. Alicia Goodbrand, University of Aberdeen in 3. Megan Cairns from Aquajets of Newcastle in 4. Amy Owenson for Best in 5. Lula Milne from City of Glasgow in 6. Rika Fabian, University College Dublin in 7. And in 8, Niamh Blackett from Newcastle. 1:17.09 through to 1:17.34. Not a lot between all of these swimmers coming into this heat, but a bit of a gap already. Lane 8 maybe. Niamh Blackett, only 14 from Newcastle. And she's gone off fast in this first 50. But really not a lot between 7 of the 8 swimmers here. Look at that. 0.5 between the first 7. And it is Niamh Blackett, Alicia Goodbrand not too far behind. And the Dublin swimmer in 7 also looking strong, but could still be any one of these 7 swimmers. Lane 3 maybe coming through, Alicia Goodbrand. And lane 7, Rika Fabian making a late charge. She's only just come into the lead now. 19-year-old from Dublin, and all of a sudden she has pushed away. Lane 1, Leona Bedborough, the Hart swimmer, is also trying to come back hard. But I think it's going to be Rika. And she does take this, 1:15.96. So that's the fastest we've seen. And that was nearly a 1.5 seconds improvement for her. So she paced that really nicely. She wasn't really up there in the first 50, but pushed hard in that second 50. Leonie Bedborough came back well as well. So nearly a 1 second improvement for her, with Alicia Goodbrand just 100th over her entry time. But, nice swimming there.
What time are we looking for?
We are looking for a 1:14.75. So we're just beginning to, C final. Just beginning to push towards that. That last swim was only just over a second down on it.
Let's see, 5 and Lily Ellen Curran from Aquadets in Newcastle in lane number 1. Ava Ross, City of Glasgow in 2. Gabriella Winton from Monifieth in 3. We have Eva Robertson, Highland in 4. Niamh Kay from Darlington in 5. Katie Towers, South Lanarkshire in 6. Sydney Boyd from Midlothian in 7. And Ava Finlay from Morpeth in lane number 8. So, again, all very close. Go out and maybe the 35 point. We're going to be there or thereabouts. So 35.27. In fact, quite a lot on the 35 range. The first 5 in the 35 range. So giving themselves a great chance here of trying to get into that 1:14 kind of territory. Looks like Gabriella Winton going well from Monifieth there in lane number 3. She has a quick look across. She's in the lead. Eva Robertson from Highland right next to her in lane number 4. And right down here is Sydney Boyd, a Midlothian swimmer, in lane number 7. Coming away, I think Gabriella Winton is just about going to hold on to this one. They're all coming back at her, but she is going to take it, I think, on the touch. 1:15.72. It is slightly faster. She was feeling the pace at the end of that last 50 there. They were all closing up, but she had enough.
I thought the Highland swimmer, the 15-year-old Ava, was going to just catch her, but she just missed out. So unfortunately, disqualification for technical infraction in lane 5. Gabriella 1, Eva Robertson 2, Sydney Boyd in 3rd. So final heat. They're under a second behind the C final time. See if these swimmers can push through that barrier. We have Abby Whitfield, Derwentside and Gateshead in 1, Amelia Barrett, Tadcaster in 2, Maddie Hoole, Warner in 3, Zoe Holligan, University of Aberdeen in 4, Connie Hart, South Ayrshire in 5, Iona Casapides from Carnegie in 6, Erin Jones, Newcastle in 7, Kayla Smith, 14-year-old from City of Glasgow in lane 8. Oof, strong start here. Zoe Holligan, in on a 1:15, but she is absolutely motoring in this one. Pretty close behind them. Maddie Hoole in 3, 14-year-old Youth Academy member, Scottish Summer Meet champion, second in snags. And actually in lane 6, it's Connie Hart, the 14-year-old from South Ayrshire, but no doubt about the leader, Zoe Holligan, 33. She's definitely putting herself in absolute prime position to get herself into a final. And she is, good shot there of her as she touched the pad. Nice underwater pull kick, and off she goes. You've got to think she is going to get into one of these finals this evening. And Connie Hart is coming back at her, but I don't think she's going to catch her. And is Zoe going to manage to get into one of the finals? And she does. 1:14.36. Nice swimming there from her. Connie Hart 1:15.42. So that's a half a second improvement on her entry time. Maddie Hoole, 500ths improvement on hers. So all 3 swimmers at the front improving their time. And Zoe Holligan is going to be one of those swimmers who pushes herself into a C final.
Yeah, well into that, isn't she? 4th place in the C final, is it?
Good swimming.
Yeah, really good. So that was the 100 breaststrokes. We're into the sprint events now, and we are into the open male and open 50 metres freestyle. We have 8 heats of this one. Jacob Light, Rhys Blackett and Noah Ragg are the ones that are going in this very first heat. All have exactly the same entry time, 25.10. It looks like Rhys Blackett, Newcastle swimmer, is going to take this first one. Can he dip under the 25? Might be well under that. Yeah, 24.31. Good swim there from Rhys Blackett. 25.34 for Jacob Light and 25.48 for Noah Ragg. But Rhys Blackett sets the standard for the heats to come. 24.31. You've got to go right the way down to heat 7 before you find anyone faster than that.
So that's very impressive from him. Into the second heat, Christian Matheson, Alex Tinch, Connor Aspinall, Giuliano Lastroni, Rory McCallum, Daniel Boyne, Rudy Vick and Jaden Chan. These are all 6 of these swimmers are in on a 25.1. The fastest is 25.01. So good start from Daniel Boyne, maybe in lane 6, and also lane 5, Rudy McCallum. West Lothian swimmer looks like he's got the edge at the turn, and he's head down. Also going well, Jaden Chan, the other West Lothian swimmer. So it's a West Lothian, maybe 1-2. Daniel Boyne gets it. 24.53. Second was Giuliano Lastroni, the Stirling swimmer. 24.78. Rudy McCallum, Mulgine under the 25 as well. So already quite a few 24s coming through here.
Yeah, Heat number 3 is Marcus Blake from City of Glasgow. Lewis Muir in lane number 2 from Carnegie. Hayden Pritchard in 3. Hamish Maxwell in 4. Matthew Yeomans in 5. Nevis Goulart goes in 6. Fergus Woodward in 7. Patrick Walsh goes in lane number 8. So can anyone challenge the times that we have seen in the previous 2 heats? 24:31 and 24:53 respectively. Well, very, very tight indeed. Who's going to take this one? Maybe lane number 6 possibly. Yeah, Nevis Goulart, 24:24. Wasn't much in that. Look at that. 24:24, we'll take it. 24:44 in second. And 6 swimmers in the 24-second range. So that's the fastest we've seen so far. Goulart, 24:24.
So into this next heat, we have Tom Armitage, Rory Calvert, Torrin Liversidge, Max Turnbull, Matthew Brown, Robert Christian, Edwin Valentin Evanescu, and John Mackay. And it's John Mackay, University of Stirling swimmer down here in 8, who's really gone out for it. Edwin Valentin Evanescu also going well. Oh, it's very close across them, although it is going to be Max Turnbull who got that. 24:71, 24:74, 24:76. Goodness, that's close. That's your 1, 2, 3.
Been close all the way through, isn't it? And the next heat, Alex Taylor, Lummy Slothian, Ewan Watson, Renfrew, Devin Crichton, Joe Carter, Rory Stobie, Gabe McCartan, Caden McLaughlin, Alexander Morton. In fact, no one in lane 6, so no Gabe McCartan. But a good start from Caden McLaughlin there in lane number 7. He might take that one, challenged by Alexander Morton over there in lane number 8. It's very close. It is going to be Caden McLaughlin. He looked good there, 24:53, just with the touch over Alexander Morton, 24:59. So Caden McLaughlin taking that one, 24:53. It's remarkably consistent all the way through, Tony, isn't it?
Yep, these guys are doing the times that they entered on. The guys at the beginning of the event were doing times that were faster. So into this one, Harrison Holmes in 1, Rhys Edwards in 2, Carrie Cook in 3, Finlay Nelson in 4, Ben McLaughlin in 5, Callum Peebles in 6, Dominic McCarthy in 7, not in 7, he's not swimming, and Ben King in 8. So we've all seen Ben McLaughlin have a cracking 200 earlier on. Who's getting the edge in this one? Maybe lane 6, Callum Peebles, once of East Lothian, now at Edinburgh University. He's looking strong, and him and Harrison Holmes, but Callum Peebles, 23:48. Oof, that's him into the C final. That's a super swim from Callum Peebles. He's really pulled one out the bag there. Harrison Holmes, 24:1. Finlay Nelson, 24:24, but Callum Peebles, very, very impressive there, and he'll get himself a second swim.
Yeah, well done, Callum. Can anyone else match that? 23:48. Need to be in the 23 range to get another swim tonight. Callum Sinclair.
23:51 now is the target time.
Sudhir Gullen in lane 3. Craig Stevens in 4. Sam Livingston in 5. Samuel Whitehorn in 6. Titus Peake in 7. And Ben Palmer out here in lane number 8. That's a lineup for 7 heat, and maybe in the centre lanes possibly might be lane 3 Sudhir Gullen, might be 5 Sam Livingston into the wall. 23:91 for Sam Livingston, and he will take it. He was in the 23 range, but not quite low enough to earn himself another swim, but he'll be under that 24 seconds, so he'll be pleased with that swim.
So final heat, Lachlan Small, Archie Smith, Ewan Beattie, Edward Bell, Adam Thompson, Thomas English, Finlay Saunders and Alfie Price. These guys are in the 23 range, some of them anyway, so they just got to get everything right here. 23.50 they need to avoid a swim off to get in a final.
To avoid a swim off?
Well, yeah. So oh, very, very, very close. Look at this. Maybe lane 5. It's Adam Thompson, University of Stirling swimmer, also going well in 7. Finlay Saunders, but oh, Adam Thompson looking strong here, the University of Stirling swimmer. Oh, he may well do this, you know. Oh, and he does. 23.19 into the B final.
The B final?
Yep. Very, very
Goodness.
impressive there. Almost in, yeah, 23.19. He's going to be about 6th into the B final. So good swimming there from him. Really impressive final 50. And that's shaking it up a little bit. So at least a couple people made it through. Always good to see. See if we can get that happening in this female 50 backstroke. Got 7 heats to give it a go.
You know, swimmers, well, in all the 7 heats, they range from 32.17 seconds to 30.66, so 1.5 seconds across all the 7 heats. So there you go.
That's pretty close. 29.94 is what they've got to do, so that's quite an ask, but I'm sure they will give it a go. And the first heat, Molly Scott in lane 1, Heidi Carr in 2, Hannah McTernan in 3, Alice Finlay in 4, Maddie Barber in 5, Kirsty Gilmore in 6, Maddie Markle in 7, and Amelia Leslie in 8.
So a couple of lanes empty, I think. Maybe lane number 2 and lane number 8, I think, is empty. We'll see Molly Scott in lane number 1 there. Off to a decent start, but right in the middle of the pool. You're looking like might be lane number 6 possibly. Or is it lane number 5? Maddie Barber going well in lane number 3 as well. Hannah McTernan. Very, very tight here. Maybe Hannah McTernan might just have the edge here in lane number 3. Let's have a look at the clock as she comes in 31.04. Well done, Hannah. Just over a second faster than her entry time. So Hannah McTernan getting in there ahead of Maddie Barber and Alice Finlay in 3rd place. But 31.04, that's a good improvement for her.
Nice swimming there. So moving into heat, that's the result of heat 1. Into heat 2, Rachel Childs, Katie Aitchison, Kira Blakey, Greta Jokubaitit, Kira Pemble, Katie Lowe, Isla Dobson and Isla Wetton. You can see they're doing the stay in the water backstroke starts. Don't often see that.
Yeah, hopefully no one touched the timing pads as they get out.
Yeah. No reason they would do it after a backstroke any more than they would after anything else, but I guess we're trying to speed things along. We've got quite a busy schedule this afternoon, so in this one, no one in the 1, so it's goodness me, lane 8, Isla Wetton, absolutely storming along here as the East Lothian swimmer. And what's she going to come in on? Oh, 30.04, what a swim for her. 15-year-old, stonking swim there.
I think she was going to just dip under that 30-second mark.
Absolutely,
she was very, very close to it indeed.
Very close. So just
and is that a
first
reserve spot,
She will be first reserve this afternoon, this evening, unless others go quicker. Super swim there for Isla.
So next heat on the way. Just about to enter the water, and we should have Rona Anderson, Lucy Atherton, Maddie Hoole, Leah Rafferty, Honey Robinson, Zara Holt, Grace Brown and Imogen Lowe. So Rona Anderson right at the top there to a good reaction time. Only Honey Robinson was faster in terms of reaction than the swimmer in lane number 1, but it is Rona Anderson who is going to have that early lead, I think, at the halfway point, although real danger right down here at the bottom as well. And coming through in the centre now, it might be Zara Holt possibly, and maybe it might be Grace Brown into the finish. Maddie Hoole it was in lane 3. Didn't even mention Maddie Hoole all the way through that, it was so close. Maddie Hoole getting in 31.50 ahead of Grace Brown 31.55, and Imogen Lowe in also in the 31 second range. So yeah, really close race, that one.
Yeah, Maddie Hoole always finishes well in pretty much all her races, so if she's there or thereabouts, put your money on it. So into this next heat. Sophia Kelly in 1, Caitlin Peebles in 2, Tatenda Tayanga in 3, Abby McNerney in 4, Safina Machin in 5, Millie Shaw in 6, 7 is Holly Bodner, and Jasmine Robertson in lane 8. Good start in 7, Holly Bodner, Chesterley Street, and also in 4, that's Abby McNerney. She won a junior title yesterday, and she's doing really well on this 50 backstroke here. The 15-year-old from Inverclyde, and she's coming in 30.03. So she's now first reserve, just pushing out Isla Wetton from the previous heat. So they are peppering around this Leila Weatherspoon's 29.94. But she's still got her C final place. And into the next one, Jessica Woods in 1, Lucy Raper in 2, Charlotte Soulsby in 3, Freya Beach in 4, Melissa Turnbull in 5, Katie Palmer in 6, Niamh Lonergan in 7, Ruby Robinson in 8.
Yeah, can anyone just dip under that 30-second mark, see if they can claim another swim tonight?
Oh, no lane 5, that.
Yeah, no Melissa Turnbull in that one. So 2 halves of the pool, all split by the empty lane in lane number 5, maybe 4 going well. Freya Beach, also Katie Palmer possibly as well in lane number 6, right down at the bottom. Ruby Robinson is in the mix as well, might be these 3 possibly, but Freya Beach looking good in lane number 4. She's stretching away, and she is 31.13 for Katie Beach. Freya Beach, Katie Palmer in second position, and Charlotte Soulsby, who's had a busy weekend, she comes through into third position.
Penultimate heat here. Madison Pevler in 1, Anna Lawson in 2, Amber Littlejohn in 3, Lucy McLeod in 4, Meredith Harness in lane 5, Anna Easton in 6, Becky Watson in 7, Anna Tchenko, City of Glasgow swimmer, in lane 8. So 31 dead to 31.19 entry times here. And see what these swimmers can do. Lucy McLeod quickest off the start there. And Meredith Harness though, and also down here Becky Watson in 7, looks like she's got a slight lead. Good kick out, and she comes up early. Outside her, Anna Tchenko from City of Glasgow also with her. Oh, it's getting tight. Anna Easton coming in, and in lane 5, sorry, it was Meredith, I don't know, Lucy McLeod in lane 4. Nice swim, 30.37 for her, so that's a good improvement, 0.7. Becky Watson also under 31, and Anna Easton getting under there as well. Nice swimming. Into the final heat, Rebecca Smith in 1, Caitlin Reid in 2, Jessica Beaton in 3, Heather Clubb in 4, Zara Smith in 5, Zoe Holligan in 6, Hannah Lafferty in 7, Bronwyn Payne in lane 8. So All of these swimmers entered in under 31 seconds.
Haven't we just seen Zoe Holligan?
We have.
That previous
Feels
race.
like she was in not that long ago. She's back.
Well, let's see if she's recovered from that previous swim, Zoe Holligan. She goes in lane number 6, and she's got off to a decent start. Not in the lead though. You'd say that was maybe Sarah Smith, possibly. Bronwyn Payne also going well at the bottom. Bronwyn Payne, another one who's just swum recently as well, and she's looking good here, closest to us. Bronwyn Payne in for performing for best, and she's in 30.35. Another improvement. I think every single heat we've seen improvements on the entry times, Tony.
Yep.
Bronwyn
Nice
Payne
swimming
takes
there.
it. Caitlin Reid, Heather Club, and yeah, maybe it was just a bit too much of a turnaround for Zoe Holligan there.
Seems like it.
32.68 for her.
Very good, but Layla's space in the final is safe.
So moving up the distance now, we are back on to the 200s, and it is the male and open 200 metres breaststroke. George Lavery from Chesterley Street, Samuel Coole from Step Rock, Taylor Cadam from Perth City, Finlay Brown goes for East Lothian in lane 4, Oliver Austin from Borough of Barnsley in 5, Matthew Scott from Newcastle in 6, Aaron Machin from City of Glasgow in 7, and Jamie McCormick from Chesterley Street in lane number 8. So Chesterley Street, the two bookends in this one, right at the top with lane 1 and right at the bottom with lane number 8. So 200 metres breaststroke, and these entry times ranging from 236.1 to 237.5. So again, very close in terms of the entry times. The heats will get progressively faster. 6 heats of this 200 breaststroke, so we'll see what kind of times that these swimmers can post in the first of these 6. Coming down to the halfway point.
Oliver Austin.
Right in the centre there, Oliver Austin taking it, 1:11.81, half a second ahead of George Lavery in the outside lane. I think, Tony, what are we looking for in terms of time?
2:21.17, so
2:21s.
pretty rapid. 2:27 is the fastest in the final heat, so I think it's going to be a tough ask for this one. It's only 2 heats in these 200s, so really quite tricky to get in amongst that. But Oliver is looking strong here, and he's now got body length maybe 2 up on George Lavery, and now also Jamie McCormick. So we've got the outside lanes going well, but not as well as Oliver. He's the fastest in the pool there. You saw 39's the only one under 40 in that. Oh no, Jamie McCormick came in under 40 as well, but these two pulling away. Oliver looking strong here. Good pull out. I think Jamie's definitely pulling up a little bit on him, but he's got too much to do. And Oliver's going to take this one. 2:35, 2:36 was his entry, so he's going to nicely under that. 2:31.95, that's a super swim for him.
Excellent.
Jamie McCormick finishing fast in second.
So well done, Oliver. 2:31.95 to take that one. We do have a disqualification. George Lavery is disqualified for technical infraction. But here's the lineup for heat number 2. Fraser van der Meulen going in lane number 1. Alif Amer in lane 2. Magnus Bullock going in lane 3. James Aberdeen in lane 4. Andrew Patterson in 5. Fergus Reid in 6. Hamish Coates in 7. And James Hendon in lane number 8. So big representation from north-east of Scotland. Alif Amer, Aberdeen Dolphin. Bankery represented by James Aberdeen. Fergus Reid from Geary. Also Shetland represented by Magnus Bullo. He goes in lane number 3. And leading at the moment though, it is James Aberdeen, Bankery swimmer in lane 4. Oh, in fact, it's not. It's Hamish Coates just getting in front of him. So he's from the other end of Scotland, the Borders Elite Swim Team. So right there in the south of Scotland.
Just need somebody from Dumfries, and we're sort of got the full gamut.
Yeah, we covered all the points of the compass
Not
here
quite,
at these championships.
Yeah, well, not in this race, almost in this race, but not
Yeah.
quite. That's a good start from James Aberdeen, the Bankery swimmer, 16-year-old. Hamish Coates as well, as said. Just trying to stick with him. And Fergus Reid, the Geary swimmer, in line 6. But it's still James Aberdeen in 12. 89, so he's fastest in the pool at the moment and looking pretty good on this third 50. And it's good battle tussle between Fergus and Hamish, Geary and best swimmers. James Hendon from Tadcaster's trying to stick with him. So those 4 have pulled away a little bit. Oh no, maybe over there in lane 1 as well. Fraser van der Meulen. Bit isolated over there. There's a big gap between him and the rest of the pack at the front. Still James Aberdeen. 153.08,
Yeah.
so
It'll be interesting to see the splits there, but they're exactly the same, aren't they? James Aberdeen and Fergus Reid.
yeah.
40.19. I think things might have been closing up slightly, but that's not the case. Exactly the same split for that previous 50. And still the lead is maintained. Maybe just stretched very slightly as James Aberdeen just comes back. Hamish Coates now trying to challenge Fergus Reid for second position. And Fraser van der Meulen going really well up the top. I wonder if he can get in for second. I think he might. And it is James Aberdeen in 2:33 for him. So a couple of second improvement for James Aberdeen. Fraser van der Meulen, it was in the outside lane, 2:35.75, an improvement for him.
That's fast finishing there from Fraser. As we move into heat 3, we have Lewis Lothian. He's Lothian in 1. Luke McCall from Warren Bass in 2. Harry Keogh, Ren 96 in 3. Carl Connolly, South Lanarkshire in 4. Logan Jackson from University of Aberdeen Performance in 5. Sam Ross, Warren Baths in 6. Jack Wallace from University of Aberdeen Performance in 7. And his teammate Jack Milne in lane 8. Good start in 4 and also 2. Luke McCall, Warren swimmer in 2. Still pretty tight across the field. A lot, maybe 1, 2, 4 and 7. So Lewis, Luke, Kyle and Jack Wallace. Still early doors, maybe Jack here. The Aberdeen swimmer, 18-year-old Jack, just edging ahead. But, see how this one unfolds over the next couple of lengths. If Jack can pull away. Maybe lane 1's got something to say about that. Lewis Lothian, the 15-year-old from East Lothian.
Yeah, it's pretty close there at that turn. I think he's definitely closed up, Lewis Lothian, in that outside lane. Maybe Jack Wallace still with the lead now, coming up to the halfway point. And, well, we'll see what kind of time. It's still almost on a par. The previous heat, so I won 12.51. And now Lewis Lothian taking up the running. Jack Wallace in second. Sam Ross right there as well in lane number 6 with that red cap of Warren de Baths. But right at the top, Lewis Lothian still has that little bit of an edge as they come down to the 150 mark. The red cap of Warrender. Sam Ross trying to make some inroads into Jack Wallace, the advantage that he had. Jack Milne in the outside lane trying to come back, but it is still Lewis Lothian out there in lane number 1, and he's extending that lead. Luke McCall came back very strongly in lane 2 as well. Only 2 swimmers under the 39 second mark, or within the 39 second range.
Yeah, so Luke's making a late charge here. He's got the benefit of Lewis Lothian in his sights in lane 1. I think he may have left it a bit late though. It's going to be hard to build that lead, get that lead back, and all he can do is hang on, I think, try and get Lewis to drag him along to as fast a time as possible, try and catch him up. But it's going to be East Lothian and then Warrender in this one. 2:30.87, so that's 5-second improvement, or 4.5 anyway. Luke McCall, 2:31.6, that's a nice 4 seconds up left in time for him, and it was Jack Wallace, long time leader at the beginning anyway, 2:33.8, taking 3rd place. So they're getting faster. That's a 5 seconds improvement. So moving into heat 4, Taylor Sinclair of Elgin in 1, Logan Warburton, Preston in 2, Luke Garrity, Inverclyde in 3, Aidan Bruce from Aberdeen in 4, Rudy Vick, Warrender Swimmer in 5, Roman Wallace from Borough of Barnsley in 6, Lachlan Bremner, Highland Swimmer in lane 7, and Aidan McCavish first in 8. Big start from Aidan Bruce, and also Roman Wallace, 20-year-old from Borough of Barnsley, 14-year-old Rudy Vick in between them. National age group champion in that 14 age group, Rudy. But it's the Aidan Bruce and Roman Wallace in 4 and 6 who are taking out the lead in this one. Also lane 2, Logan Warburton, the Preston swimmer. He's finalist at Snags and the Scottish Summer Meets, Logan. So still probably 4 of them maybe. Not too far off is Luke Garrity, the Inverclyde swimmer as well. But a good halfway lead for Aidan Bruce, 1:10.53. That's a nice start for him. I think that's the fastest 100 we've had. And it's now lane 2, Logan Warburton who's come through. Rudy Vick also trying to keep up with Aidan Bruce. Well, it's maybe these 3 pulling away a little.
Yeah, I wonder if we're going to get anyone just dip under that 2:30 mark. Seen some big improvements. 2:30.87 fastest so far. Let's see what we can get here as they come in. 1:50, and that is, well, we're there or thereabouts, I think, for that 2:30 mark. Aidan Bruce, so that split a 39 point, and he's gone over almost bang on the 1:50. So if he does that again, he'll be inside that 2:30. Aidan Bruce has led pretty much all the way through here. Looks like he might be extending that lead very slightly. Rudy Vick following him through in lane number 5. Also Logan Warburton as well in lane number 2. But I think it is going to be Aidan Bruce. He's going to hold on to this one, and he's going to be under the 2:30, I think. Yes, he is. 2:28.22. A nice second half swim there from Aidan Bruce. Rudy Vick in 2nd, and Logan Warburton in 3rd place. But look at that split for that final 50. Aidan Bruce 2:28.22 in the end.
Nice swimming. So we've got 2 more heats left in this. That's a result confirmed in heat 4. Into heat 5 we have Finlay Bennett, South Lanarkshire in 1, Sam Chittleborough, Silver City in 2, the Masters Club, Harry Douglas, Morpeth in 3, Craig Shaw from South Lanarkshire in 4, Tyler Stewart, South Lanarkshire in 5, Albert Whitlock, Tunbridge in 6, Peter McGrother, Derwent Side and Gateshead in 7, and Luca Hall, Borough of Stockton in 8. Peter, I've seen Peter already, haven't we? Did he not do a nice 200 IM? I think he swam himself into the B final.
Peter McGrother, wasn't it?
Yeah, so we've got Peter back up again in this 200 backstroke. But it's Albert Whitlock, Tunbridge swimmer, who's really piling on the pressure in this first 50.
Yeah, if they're going to have to get another swim, they're going to have to make some big improvements. So I think this is the one and only chance they're going to have to swim this 200 breaststroke, so make the most of it.
Rapid start, 30.6 is no slouch, first 50. That is really going some. He's absolutely going for this one.
Saw Albert swim well yesterday, Albert Whitlock, the 18-year-old from Tonbridge, and he's looking in great shape here, looking very, very comfortable as he comes to the halfway point. 107.31, so that is much faster than that previous skeet there for Albert Whitlock, so almost 3 seconds faster. So
keeps up with the 36s, 37s, he has a chance of that 221. It's a tough ask, but he's left himself a chance of it. Peter McGrother coming back, showing his form from his IM this morning. He's got Albert to pull him along. Albert may not know he's there until he gets to the turn. Nice shot there of Albert. Peter's not out of it. If he can really motor on. It's at 39. Oh, slowed down. It's going to be
somewhere probably in about the 2:27.
Yeah, well, maybe. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2:26, 27 is looking more likely. Still a good swim though, Albert. He's in on a 2:30. He certainly went for it. He's going to be hurting now. Can Peter McGrother pull him back? He's trying hard, but I think Albert's still going to come in first in this heat. As he does though. 2:26.97. That's 4 seconds up on his entry time. 2:28 for Peter. That's 3 seconds for him. And third it was Harry Douglas, also under that 2:30. That's strong swimming from all three of them.
Yeah, good times.
Yep. Craig Shaw also just under his entry time by 200ths.
Excellent. There is heat number 6, the final heat of this 200 breaststroke. So Keir Stormonth goes in lane number 1. Keir Stormonth again, one of the reserves, getting a chance to have this swim. And he goes in 1. Kai Connolly in 2 for South Lanarkshire. Callum Aitchison goes in 3 for University of Aberdeen Performance. We have Aidan Williamson from Highland in 4. Dylan Mitchell from Warren de Baths in 5. Tom Strong from City of Sunderland in 6. Jack Philpott, Derwent Side and Gateshead in 7. And Ben Swan, Borough of Stockton, over there in lane number 8, closest to us. Right in the centre of the pool, Dylan Mitchell is the one who is leading them through. 30.65 again.
Almost identical to Albert in the previous one. He was 30.66. So Dylan's going for it.
He's certainly stretching out in the lead now, followed by 2 or 3 chasing pack. 2 lanes up, Callum Aitchison. 1 line down from Callum Aitchison, Aidan Williamson, right on the feet of the leader. Still Dylan Mitchell, and still Dylan Mitchell, the fastest split there, the fastest 50 of anyone else in the water. Callum Aitchison into second position now trying to move back into contention. It does look like Dylan Mitchell still got the edge though. It'd be interesting to see the split here, because I thought Callum Aitchison was coming back. Certainly coming back. Then at the bottom is Jack Philpott in lane number 7. He just seemed to have spurted his way through the field here. Let's see where he is lying. And look at that, he's taken 2 seconds away from the leader, Dylan Mitchell.
Definitely pacing this well is Jack Philpott, and into the lead. He's definitely got momentum. Also going well, Callum Aitchison. You mentioned him earlier. He's not out of it. 2 of them are pushing each other hard. Not sure how aware they'll be of each other. Oh, a good turn though by Jack Philpott. Dermot Side and Gateshead swimmer. He's Oh, who's going to take this one? Very, very close. Oh, it may well be Callum. And it is 2:23.8. That's a nice swim from him. 6 seconds, well, 5 seconds up on his entry. That was super pace swim there, Jack. Just off the pace a little in that last 50, 2:24, but a super swim for him still. 5 seconds up, and Dylan Mitchell 2:26.78, second up on his entry. So he pulled him out hard there, did Dylan. Got himself an improvement on his entry time, as did Aidan Williamson. So good swimming from the 4 top swimmers there. Moving on to the females, 200 fly, 3 heats.
First heat of the 3, so just 6 swimmers taking the start for this one. Rebecca Malling from Bellshill, the 13-year-old. Kristen Mackay from Finns in lane number 3. Marley Bow from City of Sunderland in 4. Beth Kelly from Warren-de-Bath in 5. Lily Watson from Newcastle in 6. And April Mansfield going for Darlington in lane number 7. So it is April Mansfield who leads them through. Beth Kelly in 2nd, Lily Watson in 3rd position. And almost a diagonal line right across the pool here, as Mansfield leads them out. 14-year-olds. 2 14-year-olds in the 2 nearest lanes, 6 and 7. Or 2 15-year-olds in the middle lanes, 4 and 5. Kirsten Mackay from Finns is a 16-year-old. She goes in lane 3, and Rebecca Malling from Bellshill, the 13-year-old, in lane number 2, right up there at the top. Again, we're only at the halfway point here, and it's a very, very close contest. April Mansfield still has that lead, 1:11.95, down to 0.3 of a second now, and Lily Watson maybe just taking up the running.
And still close across all 6 swimmers, really. All still in with a shout. Lily Watson in the lead, but half a body length on Rebecca Malling, Kristen Mackay and Beth Kelly. So really not a lot between all of these swimmers. Rebecca Malling is the fastest in the pool, you can see from that. Now stretching away a little bit. Lily looks good actually. She's pretty strong there in lane 6. And she may have just pulled away and hopefully got enough for this last 25. Keep that going. And here she comes. She's looking good. She's really made a stamp on this race in this last 50. She's just kept going, I think, at the same pace, and the others have maybe just tied off a little bit. She comes in, and 39 for her last 50. She really picks up then. Very pleased with that. That's what you like to see. 2:31.41. So that's 5 seconds. Looks very happy with herself. Quite right too. Rebecca Malling did get 2nd. And Marley Bow came in under her entry time, 2:34.53.
What's the target for this one? 22.
2:25.37. That's a tough ask, I think.
It's of course it's one of the ones with the B final, isn't it?
Yeah.
So no C final.
No
so
C final, so I
they're
think it's
all
going to be tricky.
Yeah. Very tight indeed. So no swimmer. Oh no, there is a swimmer there actually. I thought we had a missing lane for a second, but we don't. We have all 8. Izzy Munnock goes in lane number 1 for Morpeth. Charlotte Craig from Wren 96 goes in lane number 2. Matilda Hendon from Tadcaster in lane 3. Millie Linton from Borough of Stockton goes in lane number 4. Macy Carty from Fauldhouse goes in 5. Lucy Morgan from University of Aberdeen Performance in 6. Emma Burrell from Midlothian in 7, and Sophia Anderson from Tynemouth goes in lane number 8. That is a lineup for the second of the 3 heats of this 200 metres butterfly female. And a couple of 13-year-olds in this one. That's Charlotte Craig in lane 2. And right at the bottom, Sophie Anderson from Tynemouth, the 2 13-year-olds. And they're not featuring in the mix, but not at the front of the field, but they are there or thereabouts. Millie Linton is the one who leads them through, just ahead of Izzy Munnock. Those two, Millie in lane 4, right in the centre of the pool, and Izzy Munnock up there in lane number 1. Izzy Munnock might be the one who is taking up the running here.
Yeah, she was fastest on that second 50, and she's kept that going in this third one. But Millie not out of it by any means. She's still sticking there, and the two of them are fairly level pegging, but I do think Izzy's got a faster 50 on this one. Yeah, by about a second. So Izzy's definitely the one pulling away. Can Millie stick with her? They're pretty clear of the rest of the field, trying to force their way through. Millie, Matilda Hendon, the Tadcaster 14-year-old in lane 3, but Izzy is pulling away from Millie, but they're both still quite a bit ahead of the rest of the field, and it's been a well-paced race this from Izzy. Entry time for her was a 2:34.64, and she's going to go under 2:30 here, well under 2:28.09. Nice swimming from her. Millie also under 2:30, 2:29.35, and it was Matilda Hendon who just edged in third. Equal with Sophie Anderson, both doing a 2:34.66. So a good swimming there from Izzy. That looked very strong in that latter half as well, and she managed to maintain it through, get herself a 6-second PB. So super stuff there. Into this next heat, Freya Keeling. This is the last one of the female turn to fly. Carnegie swimmer in 1. Rosie Liston from City of Glasgow in 2. Millie Barton, Bellsill in 3. Kalila Smith from Aberdeen in 4. Gemma Brown, Carnegie in 5. Alicia Goodbrand, Aberdeen, University of Aberdeen in 6. Katie Aitchison, Warrender swimmer in lane 7. Esme Hayes, Borough of Barnsley in lane 8. So we've got 13-year-old Katie Aitchison in 7 here. A couple of 14-year-olds, Kalila Smith, Freya Keeling. So quite a few youngster representation. See how they can get on.
Gemma Brown there taking up the running in the early stages. Gemma Brown in lane number 5. Millie Barton also going well in lane 3. It's not much to choose between these two. Let's see if they can also dip under the 2:30 mark. Again, it's a really tough ask to try and get close to those qualification times. I have to drop somewhere around about 5 seconds or so to even get a sniff of one of the times for the B final, never mind the reserves. But 109.52 at the halfway point for Gemma Brown, and well, she can keep that pace going. She's not going to be far away, but that's a trick, isn't it? In this 200 fly,
it's very hard to keep it
going
at the same pace for second, third and fourth 50. I mean, that's what the top guys do, broadly speaking. Try and stick it together across those final 350s with a faster 50 in the first ends. And well, let's see, 38.5, pretty good. If she can keep that up, it's going to be a 26 points, which could be it, but let's see, that'll be good going if she can. And she's looking good though in lane 3. Millie Barton been joined and won by Freya Keeling. Gemma Brown still there as well. It's a good swim here from Millie, Bells Hill swimmer, finalist at both Snags and the Scottish Summer Meet. Maybe lane 1 though has got a bit between her teeth. Freya Keeling.
Oh, look at this.
And that's a good swim from her, 2:27.48. Really well judged race there. 37 in that last 50. My goodness. Bronze medal at Scottish Summer Meet for her, and she's really pushed on again. 5-second PB for Freya. That was excellent. Excellent swimming from her. 3 or 4 seconds faster than anyone else in the pool on that last 50. Deservedly winning the heat. Millie Barton stuck at it, 2:28.89, so that's a good improvement for her as well.
Yeah, good stuff there. Not quite challenging the places in those A and B finals, but not too far away at all.
A couple of seconds.
27,
I didn't think they would get that close, to be honest.
No.
So
Very good. So they not getting the opportunity to swim a 200 fly again
some
tonight.
of them may not be too disappointed about that.
It's a 100 backstroke on their way now. It's the male and open 100 backstroke. Just 4 heats of this one. And swimmers in this first heat, 101 and 102 in terms of entry times. In the fourth heat, there's a few swimmers in the 59-second range, so we'll see how the heats progress from 1 to 4. This is number 1. We have Joe Carter from Delting. In lane number 2, we have Harry Gibson from Newcastle. Going in lane 3, Daniel Moorhouse for Derwentside and Gateshead. In 4, Kyle Muirhead from West Lothian. In lane number 5, and Henry Mack from Darlington in lane number 6. So Kyle Muirhead is going to be first to the wall in 28.73. So giving himself a bit of an opportunity here, try and get close to that 1 minute mark. Always think if you're looking for the 1 minute mark, you've got to be under the 29-second mark in that first 50. So 28.73. Giving himself a good shout of trying to dip under here. He's been caught though by Henry Mack. Daniel Moorhouse also in lane number 4 coming through, but it is going to be Kyle Muirhead. 1 minute .47. Well, he'll be delighted with that one. 102.00 is entry time, and 1 minute .47, and top 4 swimmers I think all inside their entry times.
Nice swimming. And to heat 2, Carl Mossman, City of Glasgow in 1, Magnus Morris from Stirling Swim in 2, Archie Maguire, City of Sunderland in 3, Mano Drysdale from Warrender in 4, Elliot Arnell, Borough Stockton in 5, Robbie Thompson, University of Aberdeen Performance in 6, Riri Hall, Milgai and Bearsden in 7, and David Landman, City of Glasgow in lane 8. Still for the start there. Elliot Arnell's quickest away, somewhere in lane 5. And he really is, look at that. Push. He's off. Borough Stockton, 16-year-old. Looking very, very strong on this first 50. My goodness, he did get the fastest reaction and he's definitely made the most of that. Trying to go with him in lane 2 is Magnus Morris from Stirling. He's done a 60.1 recently at the West Districts, Youth Academy member Magnus. And he's definitely come back strong now on that fast starting Elliot, but Elliot's still got the lead. These guys will be looking to pepper that 60 seconds. 27.9 first 50, he's got himself a good chance of doing that, as has Magnus Morris, and he's come back like a train, and he's going to do it, you know, not just under the minute. 58.43, a bit like one of the swimmers before, missing 59 altogether, straight into 58s. So Magnus, super swim there from the Stirling swimmer. He only went 60.1 at West Districts not that long ago, and he's gone a second and a half quicker. Super swimming. And to heat 3, we have Sam Livingston, Morpeth in 1, Tyler Spalding, Carnegie in 2, Jamie Waller, Heart of Midlothian in 3, Nathan Wilson, Carnegie in 4, Ismail Shalabi, Warren de Baths in 5, Finlay Geddes, Lerwick in 6, Callum Mackenzie per city in 7, Conan Swinney, Derwent Side and Gateshead in lane 8. Oh, no, lane 5, sorry. No Ismail. Lane 3, Jamie Waller, Heart of Midlothian. Also going well in Conan Swinney in lane 8. Had a DQ earlier on this evening, or this afternoon, should say, so he'll be wanting to make amends for that on this one, and he's doing it so far. 28.48. Not quite as fast as the last one, but then they went 58 points. So lane 3, Jamie Waller also going well, a Hearts veteran. Oh, and he's right up there with Conan, nothing between the two of them. Good turn from Jamie right onto about 12 metres there. Also going well on his inside, Tyler Spalding from Carnegie. Very hard back. I think Conan's going to get it. 59.17. Well done to him. Making up for his disappointment earlier. And he's all three of them under the minute. So they've not done that before. If their entry times are best no best. So Conan Swinney, Jamie Waller and Tyler Spalding all getting nicely under the minute.
Yeah, very good. Final heat on its way. Will Gibson, Nicholas Land, Aaron Drake, Adam Prusik, Ethan Williams, Max Thunderbolt, Lewis Kessel and Tom Armitage. Adam Prusik, fastest entry time, Aberdeen Dolphin swimmer, 16-year-old. Going in lane number 4. Ethan Williams, second fastest, Newcastle swimmer, 17-year-old in lane number 5. And looks like those two entry times 59.48 and 59.51. So we'll see if they can get better than that. You've got to be in what, the 57 range?
57.06 is the current 24th. So I think that's going to be quite an ask.
The halfway point is Adam Prusik, 28.42. Will Gibson going well right at the top there in lane 1. Nicholas Land as well. But just with the edge as they come into this final turn. It is lane number 4, Adam Prusik. Can anyone catch him? Maybe the top 2 lanes, Nicholas Land possibly, Will Gibson. And all on the touch, and it does go to Nicholas Land, 59.33, just 1/100th ahead of Adam Prusik. Very close indeed at the finish. But 59.33 and 59.34, 2 improvements there at the front of the field.
Nice swimming. So that's the 100 back concluded. Now got female 100 IM. Eight heats of this, by the looks of things. Oh, 9.
9, a busy event this one.
Certainly is. So, lots of PBs usually. Let's see where we get to in this one. Good start from Rosie Liston in 2, City of Glasgow. Olivia Davis in Midlothian in 3. Molly Scott, Derwent Side and Gateshead in 4. Millie Rivers, Chesterley Street in 5. Molly Weir, West Lothian in 6. Millie Colvin, Dumfries in 7. Golly, 2 Mollies, 2 Millies, and an Olivia. So if you just say one of those names, you've got,
right,
you've got 50%
Molly
chance
Millie.
of being right.
It's either going to be Molly or Millie for this one. Or can Olivia cause a little bit of a shock? Maybe a Rosie might come into the picture.
Yeah,
Rosie
at the
Liston
moment,
there
it's
in lane
Molly
1.
Scott who's on the lead, the Derwent Side and Gateshead swimmer. Olivia Davis is trying to keep up with her, but and Olivia, is she going to win her own little battle with the Mollies and Millies? Oh, and she just gets second. 109.81, 109.94 for Olivia, and Molly Weir gets third, 111.51.
That's good, getting
Exactly
under the
the same.
110.
Yeah, very good for the two of them. Molly Weir, exactly the same entry time.
So next heat is the second heat of the 9. Jessica Smith from Aberdeen in 1. Millie Northrop from Borough Barnsley in 2. Imogen Lowe from West Hill in 3. Freya Masson from Shetland in 4. Bethan Millstone from Whitney in 5. Ciara Hart from Scotia in 6. And Rebecca Shan from Aberdeen Dolphin in 7. Amy Rowell for City of Glasgow in 8. So again, quite a north of Scotland presence here. Aberdeen, West Hill, Shetland.
Unfortunately, Shetland
Aberdeen
are missing.
Dolphins. Oh, Shetland missing. Oh. Also some swimmers from down south. Whitney. It's Oxfordshire, I think. Whitney.
Yep.
And that is Bethan Lowstone going in lane number 5. She's, well, all in the mix really. It's not very much to choose between them. Amy Rowell with that little bit of a lead in at that turn there, but she's been caught on the breaststroke by Ciara Hart in lane 6. Ciara Hart will be the one that's first through that wall now. Rebecca Shand also coming through strongly in lane number 7. It looks like these two, Ciara Hart, with that entry time, the Scotia swimmer of 1:11.16. I think she might be inside that one. She is inside it, 1:09.57. Another good time, another time under the 1:10 mark. There is confirmation. Ciara Hart taking that one. Rebecca Shand also under the 1:10 in 1:09.90.
So
Another Molly for you now.
line heat 3. Ciara Pemble, best in 1. Molly Irvin Watson, Dumfries in 2. Irene Ferris, Cumbernauld in 3. Holly Bodner, Chesterley Street in 4. In 5, Gabrielle Winton, Moni Feith. 6, Jessica Woods, Tadcaster. 7, Senia Mann in Menzie Hills. And 8, Emily Jackson, Newcastle. Pretty even across them all here. Maybe lane 1, Ciara Pemble. And lane 3, Irene Ferris. So it's those two. Irene just edges it, 31-31. So first in lane 3, doing a 31-31. And though on that breaststroke turn, it's Ciara Pemble who's in lane 1, and Senia Mann in lane 7. Senia, who's really come through on that one. Strong breaststroke leg for her. Also going Gabrielle Winton from Moni Feith, and I think she may just have the lead. Looks like it's going to be Gabriella. And nope. Senia comes in at a 1:09.66. So
Yeah, another time under the 1:10 mark, 1:09.66, 1:09.97. So 2 swims under that 1:09 mark. So Ksenia Mann and Gabriella Winton taking that one. Molly Irvin Watson just under, or just over the 1:10. And there's a lineup for heat number 4. Gina Wren from City of Glasgow going in lane number 1. Nadine Wilson for he goes in lane number 2. Borough of Stockton. Eva Robertson in lane 3 from Highland. Izzy Monarch in lane 4 from Morpeth. Maddie Markle from Guildford City in 5. Charlotte Silsby going in lane 6 for Newcastle. Zara Hope for Tadcaster in 7. And Charlotte Judson going for Durham City in lane number 8. So again, another close contest in prospect here, all in the 1:10 range. And it's Charlotte Soulsby, who's had a really busy weekend. Charlotte Soulsby, Newcastle swimmer, and she's featured in some excellent contests over the week. She has been swimming times faster than her entry time in a number of her events, coming through very strongly in the middle though in lane number 4. Izzy Mullock, what a good breaststroke that was, and that has got her back ahead of Maddie Markle in 5, Eva Robertson in 6, but it is going to be Izzy Mullock now into the wall first, and she will be in 108.76. So we've skipped into the 108s. Tony?
Yep, no ill effects from that 200 fly for Izzy there. So well done to her. And big improvement. 2 seconds for her. Next heat, Lisa McNair, starting swim in 1. Megan Cairns from Aquajets in Newcastle in 2. Honey Robinson, City of Sunderland in 3. Katie Palmer from Chester Street in 4. Alice Ward, Borough Stockton in 5. Her teammate Macy Walton in 6. Jessica Beaton, Aberdeen Dolphins in 7. And Beth Craik, Aberdeen in lane 8. We were lane 1, lane 4. So Lisa McNair out the lead there. Lane 7 also going well, Jessica Beaton. But it looks like it's Lisa McNair, Stirling swimmer. He's got a nice lead going into the halfway, 30.99. That's speedy. What's her breaststroke like here? Well, this looks strong. So this could be peppering the 67.7s, I think, if she can keep this going, Lisa. And it doesn't look like she's any intention of not following through on this freestyle. Good kick out the wall, and she's got good 2 or 3 meters going well in lane 8 as well, is Beth Craik from Aberdeen. But this is Lisa McNair's race. 108 points, 108.48.
Ooh.
So nice. We are getting closer and closer. That was a lovely swim from Lisa.
What time we're looking for? 107.74.
107.74. So we're already within a second. Still got 4 heats to go.
Yeah, heat 6 of the 9. Alison Wood from Highland in 1. Amelia Leslie from Stockport Metro in 2. Tatenda Tienga from Borough of Stockton. We saw her earlier. She goes in 3. Rebecca Smith from Aquajets Newcastle in 4. Ella Thompson from Perth City in 5. Gemma Brown, Carnegie in 6. Kirsty Gilmore from South Lanarkshire in 7. And Sophie Steele from South Ayrshire over there in lane number 8. Alison Wood and Amelia Leslie off to a good start on the far side there. They may well be leading it. We've had some good swims from lane 1. Alison Wood going well. Entry time just under the 110 mark, 109.98. She'll be looking to clip a second or so off that. That's a good start, isn't it? 30.59. Kirsty Gilmore in 2nd. Amelia Leslie in 3rd. But the breaststroke is all coming back now in the centre of the pool. Alison Wood just about holding on as they go into this final turn. It might be Kirsty Gilmore just with the lead ahead of Alison Wood right at the top here, but Kirsty Gilmore, a nice breakout there onto the freestyle. In the middle coming back is Ella Thompson. No, she's a strong freestyler, and that might just get it. It's going to be Gilmore, I think, just in 108.36. We are edging ever closer to that 107 range, but some excellent times being posted here in this 100 IM.
Nice swim there from Kirsty. And as you say, we're now down to 0.6 of a gap as we move into heat 7 of 9. Iona Casabides in 1, Carnegie swimmer, Emily Burrell, Darlington in 2, Beth Richardson, Tynemouth in 3, Katie Lowe, Carnegie in 4, Ellen Denny from Gary in 5, Katie Maloney, Louth in 6, Amelia Burrell, Glenrothes in 7, Matilda Hendon, Tadcaster in 8, no lane 7, Amelia not swimming. Good swim in 4 on this fly leg. Katie Lowe, she had the best start as well reaction wise, and she's picked that up all the way through in that fly. Got almost a body length on the next nearest to her, Ellen Denny, the Gary swimmer. That's Katie Lowe, 31.02, slightly slower than the first 50 on the previous heats, so needs to pick it up. And she's going well on this breaststroke, looks strong, looks really good. So this could be the difference. Entry time for her was a 109.49, and now she's got over a body length up. It's tightened up behind her though. Emily Burrell, Beth Richardson, Ellen Denny, but no doubt about the leader, and the winner of this heat is going to be Katie Lowe. It's all about the time now. Maybe another 108 point, I think. 108.7.
Oh, it is.
So they're peppering around, aren't they?
Yeah, they're all good swims, aren't they? Improvements on the
Absolutely.
entry times.
Yep. It's another 1.5 almost entry in time improvement for Katie. So super swimming there. 2 heats to go.
What we're going to get from this one, Hannah Lafferty from Atlantis in line number 1, Georgia Lee, Borough Barnsley in 2, Sydney Boyd from Midlothian in 3, Alana McDonald, University of Stirling in 4, Ailsa Clubb from Aberdeen Dolphin goes in lane number 5, Eloise Herbert from Tadcaster in 6, Anna Kachenko, City of Glasgow in lane number 7, and Lily Ella Curran from Aquajets in Newcastle. He goes into lane number 8. So all these entry times just split by 0.3 of a second right across the field, and it's looking pretty close in the early stages.
Me.
Well, pick a winner from this one. Kachenko first to the wall, 31.35, but again less than a second separating absolutely everyone down there in line 7. though. Kachenko first into her stroke, looking good. Eloise Herbert coming through, but the breaststrokers in lines 2, 3 and 4, Georgia Lee, Sydney Boyd and Alana McDonald all there. Look at this. Who is going to take this one? It is going to be a very, very close race. We might see something in the 108 range. We're hoping for a little bit less than that, but see what we can get as they come into the finish. It looks like it might be Eloise Herbert into the wall, and 108.02. Mighty close to that 107 mark. But again, another great contest, another great result there at the front of the field. Look at that, top 5 under the 109, and it was the fastest entry for that heat was 109.1, so top 5 faster than the entry times.
Last heat of this one, Niamh Blackett, Newcastle in 1, Millie Shaw, Darlington in 2, Jessica Kirkwood from University of Aberdeen in 3, Fern Crichton, University of Aberdeen in 4, Katie Blunt, City of Sunderland in 5, Myla Pike, Newcastle in 6, Alexandra Miller, Fauldhouse in 7, Lexi Lamont, Aberdeen in 8. Strong start, City of Sunderland swimmer there, also going well I think, Jessica Kirkwood in 3, Aberdeen Performance swimmer. Still pretty tight though, number of swimmers in this one. Good turn in lane 8 from Lexi Lamont. She's had a good swim this afternoon already. Lane 3, Jessica Kirkwood, Aberdeen Performance as well. And it is Jessica, 30.8. Good first 50 split there. Fern Crichton coming through, Aberdeen swimmer in lane 4. Lexi Lamont not out of it, and also now in 6, that's Maya Pike, Newcastle, but it's now Fern Crichton and Lexi Lamont. Oh goodness, only one of 4 here. This is tight. Lexi Lamont looking the strongest I think. And so lane 3, Jessica Kirkwood, those two fighting it out. 108.19.
Oh, dead heat at the front there on that one. Look at that, 108.19.
Well, they battled through the whole race, didn't they? They were nip and tuck.
Great way to finish, and how close was it to getting into that 107? 107, was it 107.81, the reserve spot? Everyone very, very close, and all the heats really.
They were bunching up around it.
Yeah, but I think improvements in times in every single heat.
Yeah, which is really all you can ask for. So.
So we'll move in swiftly on to the last of the male and open events of this afternoon session, and that is the 400 freestyle. So 3 heats of this 400 freestyle. So going in this first heat, Jamie McCormick from Chesterley Street in 1, Michael O'Neill from Borough of Stockton in 2, Aidan Williamson from Highland in 3, Hayden Sterling from St Thomas in 4, Charlie Ward from Borough of Stockton in lane number 5, Caelan Johnson from Lerwick goes in lane number 7, and Giuliano Lastroni goes for Stirling Swim. And he goes there in lane number 7. We were due to have someone in lane number 8, but no swimmer taking the start for this lane 8, and it looks like lane 7 possibly taking up the running. Giuliano Lastroni, Hayden Stirling also going well in the middle, and right at the top it's Michael O'Neill in lane number 2, and also going well Aidan Williamson in lane number 3 in 3rd position. Coming into the 100, the entry times for these swimmers 4:19 through to 4:21. And Lastroni leads them through 1:30.62 for Giuliano Lastroni. Good tussle behind him, side by side for 2nd position, Aidan Williamson and Hayden Stirling. And Lastroni pretty much out on his own. He's got no one in lane 8, and he's gone quite far ahead of Caelan Johnson in the lane next to him. Giuliano Lastroni, look at the split, 32.33. He's half a second faster than anyone in the pool from that 50. He's gone past the halfway point now. He'll be coming up to the 250 range here. Halfway was 202.95, so he's got a good chance of getting himself under the 420 mark. If he's pacing those 33 seconds, well, that's going to bring him somewhere around about the 4:15, so he'll be delighted with that 4:15 swim if he's able to keep this pace going. But Giuliano Lastroni, man from Stirling Swim, 18 years of age, much had it his own way as he comes up to the 300 mark. I wonder if things are going to change about as they get into this last 100, because looks to me like the swimmers in the centre are closing. Lastroni, oh no, well, 33.01, he was the fastest of anyone over that last 50, so maybe my eyes deceiving me, but Lastroni still has that lead. He's still going on the 33 second mark, still on course for somewhere around about the 4:15, maybe a little bit faster. Coming back strongly is Aidan Williamson. Let's see what the splits are going to be as they come down to the 3:50 mark now. As Williamson closed up, Lastroni beginning to just about feel the pace here, and it is Williamson closing up by around about a second. Hayden Stirling also going faster than the long time leader. Lastroni really took this one out fast, and he's not going to be able to hold it, I don't think. He almost he led for about 350 metres, and that's a good turn from Lastroni. But Williamson now has to try and dig in, but Lastroni has got something left in the tank. Is he going to just keep that lead right to the end? Lastroni and Williamson into the wall, and at the touch, it's Williamson gets it by 9/100ths of a second. And it was just under the 4:15 as we thought. Williamson takes it. Great finish from him. Lastroni and Stirling, that's your top 3 with all of them excellent times. Michael O'Neill as well from Borough of Stockton, 4:15.86. But what a good race. Lastroni led almost all the way
for about 399 metres there rather than 350, and it was just on the end that he got touched out of the super swim. Moving into heat number 2, Sam Cool, the step rock swimmer in lane 1. Alexander Bell from City of Glasgow in 2. Callum McKenzie, Perth City in 3. Archie Maguire, City of Sunderland in 4. James Lauder, Heart of Midlothian in 5. In 6, Aidan Anderson, University of Aberdeen. In 7, Cal Muirhead, West Lothian. And in lane 8, Lewis Nelson, South Lanarkshire. So going out, Alexander Bell out there in lane 2, and going with him, we've got James Lauder, and also there Perth City's Callum McKenzie, but still pretty close across all of these. But it is Alexander Bell who's just edging ahead. A bit closer than the previous race though. No single person really dominating it in the same way that Giuliano did for the first start. Anyway, so nice start from Alexander Bell, 59.08.
Yeah, it's interesting. Well, this will be an A and a B final as well tonight. No C final in this 400 freestyle, so it's going to be quite a tough target for the swimmers in this one to achieve those times to get them another swim tonight. Going to be somewhere around about, well, the low 4 minutes, I think, isn't it? We saw a good swim there from Lestroni and Williamson in the 4:14 range, but we're talking, you know, down about, what was it,
4:01, 4:01.04 somebody needs to do, that's a tough ask.
Alexander Bell, though, he's got to come down to the halfway point. And, wow. He's looking pretty good. He's got 31.62, so what's that? If he can replicate that, say his 104s on the last 200, he's going to be somewhere around about the 4:10 mark. And that'll be a big improvement on his 4:17. So this is good stuff from Alexander Bell. The others pretty much on a par, I think, with their entry times. The ones in the middle, so they're not swimming slowly at all. Just Alexander Bell is swimming really well at the front of the field.
It's a really super swim from him. To show you how things move on, I won this event in 1984 with a 4:01.
Oh, did you?
And you wouldn't be getting in a B final with the same thing 40 years on. So that's progress.
Still not bad though, 4:01.
It's progress for you, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Alexander coming in with 100 to go. He's doing well, isn't he? 3:04.04. He's going to be well under that entry time of his, isn't he? 4:17. You're looking at 4:06, 4:07. If he can keep this up, and he doesn't look like he's slowing down, does he? He's got those legs going. James Lauder coming in into second. James broke the Scottish Masters 1500 record a month or so ago for that 25 to 30-year-old
Is that the one you were in, Tony?
Well, I wasn't going anywhere near as fast as that, but yeah. But so he's a Scottish Masters 1500 holder. I think he thought that was the end there. He was looking up and breathing around.
Well, just seeing them at the turn there, I hope they don't look up and see those lane markers. Look, 59 lengths to go, as they see.
Yeah, no.
1500 still to come, of course.
But Alexander Bell has had a really super swim here.
He's going to be faster than that 4:10, isn't he? He's going to be somewhere about 4:05.
Yeah, 4:05, 4:06. It's really, really good swimming. 4:06.43. He should be very pleased with that. James Lauder coming in. 4:12.6. That's an improvement for him as well by 5 seconds. And in third, 4:14.08 for the youngster, 13-year-old Archie Maguire. He gets a 4:14.
Good swim from James as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
4:12.60.
5-second improvement. So he's clearly working hard. That's two 27-year-old Hart swimmers at this meet, Jamie Waller and James Lauder. Final heat, Connor Stewart, Stirling swimming in 1, Lewis Gibson, South Ayrshire in 2, Aaron Drake, Warner Bass in 3, Aidan Bruce from Aberdeen in 4, Taylor Sinclair, Elgin in 5, Taylor Horseman, Tadcaster in 6, Harry Whitfield, Darlington in 7, and Tom Armitage from Highland in lane 8. So let's see what these guys can do. Going out hard lane 8. Tom Armitage, the Highland swimmer. Aidan Bruce as well. 27.99.
Yeah, we're going to just keep an eye on the splits as they go through here, see if anyone can jump under that 406 that Alexander Bell impressively set in that previous heat. Aidan Bruce going well right in the centre of the pool. Tom Armitage, you said, Tony, also going well right down at the bottom. And it is those two, only split by 0.1 of a second, 58.50 for Aidan Bruce, 58.62 for Tom Armitage. Connor Stewart going well in third position, right at the top. So the whole width of the pool in contention for the lead here as they come down to the 150 mark. Still a long way to go in this 400. And the swimmer in the centre, it is Aidan Bruce, 130.06. We'll just check that split at the halfway point. They come down to next turn at the bottom end, at the scoreboard end. And we'll see what the split is at the halfway, but Aidan Bruce was pretty much on a par with everyone in the pool. There was only a couple of swimmers in the 31 range, and one of them was Aidan Bruce, the other one was Connor Stewart right at the top, and Lewis Gibson one line down from the top, and they are coming through strongly. That's the halfway point now, 201.74. And
similar.
Connor Stewart, yeah, second, Lewis Gibson in third. Very similar indeed to the previous heat.
Just 0.17 between Aidan in this one and Alexander in the previous one, so he's on a par. Connor's trying to stick with him, and coming through again now is Lewis Gibson as well in lane 2, so it's kind of concentrated over that side of the pool. The rest of them are bunching together, and another 31.9 that time for Aidan. Probably needs to try and pick that up. 304.04 was Alexander's split at the 300 mark last time. Get a comparison here, but Lewis Gibson now looking very strong. 305.52, so he's slipped a little bit behind Alexander, but he's still up on his entry time. 4:14 was what he entered on, so anything around the 4:10 will be a nice improvement, and he's looking around that. Aaron Drake's come through well from the back of the field, and he's now up into fourth. He's got a bit of a way to go on Connor Stewart and Lewis Gibson, but getting there. Aidan Bruce, a 31 that time, faster that 50, he's ramping up. 50 to go, looking to get under that 4:10. He should do it. Should be about a 4:8, 4:9. Lewis Gibson's really come through in his second half really strongly, and he may well catch Aidan Bruce here. You know, he's not looking at him, he's just doing his own thing. Aidan Bruce is staring across every breath to Lewis Gibson. Who's going to get the touch? I think it's going to be Aidan. Oh, just 4:07.77, 4/100ths of a second between them. And a good swim there, 4:07. That's 7 and 8 seconds improvements for both of those swimmers, so that's a really good swimming. Connor Stewart gets in third, nice improvement for him as well. And Drake just about on his entry time.
Aidan Bruce had that, well, just about had enough left in the tank, didn't he? Lewis Gibson was coming back. I didn't think there was going to be much that Aidan Bruce could do about that, but he just had that little bit extra coming into the last 5 to stretch for the wall, and he got the touch. So great swim though from those two.
Good determination to win the race there.
Yeah. So 1500 freestyle will complete this afternoon's action. So we've got 3 heats. So there are actually 4 heats of the 1500 freestyle, but the fastest heat will be swum in the final session tonight. So we have 3 heats of this one. So it's the one and only chance that these swimmers will have to compete over 1500 freestyle. It's not a heat and a final like a lot of the other events. It is just this heat declared winner, with the fastest heat being swum tonight. So Sadie Faulkner goes for Monique Feith in lane number 1. Krista Mackay from Finns in 2, Molly Young from Tynemouth in 3, Lucy Atherton from Carnegie goes in 4, Rebecca Somerville goes in 5 from University of Aberdeen Performance, Jennifer Smith from Borough of Stockton goes in 6, and Caitlin Young from Crawley goes in lane number 7. Molly Young leads them through in these early stages in lane number 3. You'll see from the lane markers there, still 50 odd lengths to go, and they've gone up that top end there after the first 100. 105.61 for Molly Young. She is in first position. In second place, Jennifer Smith, 106.54, and in third place, Caitlin Young in 106.82. So those two side by side, Jennifer Smith and Caitlin Young, they're closest to us as we're watching this race, but out on her own in front is Molly Young. We'll just check the splits. They come down to the 150. We'll get a good idea of where the relative speed of the swimmers. As you can see there, Molly Young just half a second faster than Jennifer Smith, who's lying in second place at the minute. And Caitlin Young just almost on a par with Jennifer Smith, just a tenth of a second faster. So Molly Young just stretching it slightly in these early stages. But the other two, side by side, they're pacing each other well. And there's a group of 3 behind Molly Young on the far side of the pool. Sadie Faulkner, Kristen Mackay, and Lucy Atherton, with Rebecca Somerville not too far behind, just at the back of the field at the minute. So Molly Young and Jennifer Smith absolutely together at the 200 to 16.78. In fact, I said absolutely together, but absolutely together in terms of the split that they did. Did exactly the same split there, 35.83 for Molly Young, 35.83 for Smith. So the lead not extending, but it's not diminishing on that previous 50. They come down to the 250 mark. We'll see if that has changed about. Molly Young still with that lead, and yeah, maybe 0.3 of a second or so the lead has reduced by. They come down to the 300.
Still early doors, but already these two maybe also hanging in there. Caitlin Young.
You did the 1500, Tony?
I did.
Was it last month? A few weeks ago?
November sometime.
Just remember it. I mean,
it was a long enough swim. I got a lot to remember.
What was your tactics in that 1500?
Finish.
Finish, is that it? Yeah.
Pretty much. I'm afraid so. Finish was the aim. Finish I did. So
was that your first competition for a while?
That's my first 1500 for about 40 years. So
40 years. Goodness gracious.
Yes, that was quite some time ago. Anyway.
Do you ever compete any others in Masters?
No.
Like not in the intervening years?
I've done a wee bit, about 10 years ago. Did a wee bit about 10 years ago. But
yeah, I competed a bit in Masters,
yeah.
but I didn't. Well, I did compete actually, but as a para swimmer, we didn't. Quite often we didn't make the times, you know, for meets like qualification times, because there wasn't always para swimming events put on. So quite often, you know, your times were out with the meets to actually get a swim. But the Masters, if you were 19 or over, they would accept you in the Masters meet. So we got a lot of swims in the Masters actually. A lot of the para swimmers doing that. One of my friends is he swam as an S3, so quite a severe physical disability, and he was always put in with the 80 and 90 year olds, and he was like, I'm going to take them out this time. I'm going to get them. And it was great motivation, you know.
Totally,
it was brilliant.
Some of those 80 and 90 year olds are amazing.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
The 80 and 90 year olds were not going to let him win.
No.
Even though he was like 23 or something.
Brilliant.
It was not going to happen.
Very good. So when was the last time you swam then? In Masters then?
Oh, probably about 15 years ago or so. I broke my leg in the pool, so that kind of put me off a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's...
But I had... I swam in a little... Really, it was the 50th anniversary of Scottish Disability Sport last year. championship, Scottish
Yep.
champs. So I was persuaded to swim in a relay.
Very good. How did you enjoy that?
Well, it was all right actually. It was only one length. It was only 25 metres. I was all right for about 20. The last 5 were a bit painful, but it was okay. I was kind of conned actually because they said, "Oh, you'll be okay. You're in the water. You know, everybody's starting from the water." No, they weren't all. Everybody's wasn't starting. They all starting for the blocks. I was like, "There's no way I'm going over these blocks."
Yeah. So you
But anyway,
feel you were duped.
yeah.
Oh,
But I did all right.
Sure,
Did
it was good to
okay.
get back in.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot of swimmers swimming there, and they said, "I've never seen you swim, ever." I was like, "All right, okay." Well,
Very
anyway,
good.
500 gone though, Tony. We're at the 1/3 stage.
Very good. And it's a new leader,
Mm.
isn't it? Yeah, lane 6, Jennifer has caught up and overtaken Molly in lane 3. Slowly just though, but she's now taking the lead. And it's getting a bit more spread out, but Jennifer's looking strong here. The Brother Stockton swimmer, Molly from Tynemouth, so I'm suspecting they've swum against each other regularly.
It's Tynemouth. That's Northumberland, isn't it?
I think
Tynemouth.
so. I think so. The mouth of the Tyne.
Oh yeah. That's
Bit-
good.
bit of
That's
a
good. That's
giveaway.
good knowledge.
I know my geography's not great, but I'm pretty confident that one's somewhere nearer the sea to Newcastle.
Yeah. Well, Northumberland against Durham, if we're right with Borough of Stockton. I'm sure I stayed in Stockton one point when I was competing in Darlington. Used to go to the Dolphin Centre in Darlington quite
Yeah.
regularly.
Remember that one?
Yeah.
Well, talking of going places, I was going to ask you what you've been Paralympics. How many times did you say you've been to Paralympics now?
Well,
11.
11, yeah. 5 as a swimmer and 6 on the media side. So, yeah, seen a few games. Paris was great. Yeah, that last summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the best ones. I started in the same year when you won the Scottish title in the
All right.
400 freestyle. There
Yeah.
you go. In 1984.
So
there you
ULA.
go. No, it was New York for
New
the
York for
Paralympics.
that one, wasn't it? Yeah. That's
Yep.
right. I remember you
So,
saying before.
the LA didn't put on the Paralympics. That was before the Paralympics were in the same venue as
Yeah.
the Olympics. But the next one was in Seoul in '88, was the same venue, and it's been the same ever since. So,
So presumably they've changed in scale and
yeah,
kind of razzmatazz and professionalism and all those things.
yeah,
over those years.
absolutely. I mean, New York was on a college campus, so it wasn't well publicised. Although they did, Ronald Reagan, there was a president at the time, and he opened it, so he kind of came to support it, and there were others as well, like people that came to support the games, like it was in Long Island. I think Billy Joel came and
Oh, fantastic.
did a little bit of a concert or whatever one
This
night.
Uptown Girl.
Yeah, round about that time,
Yeah.
round about that time. So yeah, it was good, a good experience, but it seems like a long time ago now.
Well, it was.
It was.
Let's not kid ourselves. That was 40 years ago, Paul. And then so Seoul next.
Seoul next, yes, that was good in Korea. So that was very good. I really enjoyed Korea. We were out there for a couple of weeks, so it was excellent experience. It was somewhere off the beaten track. No one really went to Seoul at that time. I don't think anybody really goes there now. It's not really a tourist attraction, is
No.
it? Seoul?
I was there a few years ago, actually. It's a
Yeah,
fantastic
and
place.
yeah, it was really good, really good. It was just after the Olympics, so there was a lot of Olympic memorabilia still about. People, shopkeepers, and shaking hands with Carl Lewis and people like that had been in their shops.
Yeah,
and
pretty
things
good.
like that on the wall.
Yeah,
So it was really good, and I did pretty well. We did pretty well in Seoul, so it's got good memories for me. Seoul games. So we're in the second half now, Tony.
We are.
Jennifer Smith is
She's,
going really
pulled away
well,
now.
isn't she?
And Krista Mackay, sorry, she's pulled back up now on Molly Young, just still behind her, but going faster there, 36.2 compared to 37.08. fastest in the pool is still Jennifer. Oh no, actually Kristen's just gone a bit faster, so should just watch out in the second, third 500 as it's coming up. Kristen is now the fastest in the pool, and she's now got Molly in her sights and passed her. It'll be very interesting to see whether she can make inroads on Jennifer. It's not that big a gap, it's only 5 seconds, so less than a second 100, and Jennifer's just gone her slowest 50 for a while, and Kristen has gone as 36.1, so it is about a second of 50 at the moment. So
okay, they'll get under, it must be looking at under that 18-minute mark. 18:14 fastest entry time for this heat. They're all in the 18-minute range. It'd be lovely to just dip under that 18-minute mark.
yeah. Helps, I think, having a few of them around about together, and I'm sure Kristen's looking very good over there.
Yeah, we might have another change of leader very shortly.
Yeah,
We'll
Finn
go through.
Swimmer.
We're almost at the 2/3 stage now. With when they reach the bottom end this next time, that'll be 1,000 metres. As you can see from little clock on the side of your screen, that was 9:50. And yeah, Kristen Mackay looking really good over there.
Although Jennifer's responded, that's the fastest 50 Jennifer's done for a while in lane 6. So I do wonder whether she's spotted Kristen making a move, and it's just making sure that she maintains that lead.
Quite often see the tactics. Some people maybe go at halfway, or you know, maybe do it in 500-metre chunks. So
Yeah.
we're into the last 500 now. I just wonder if anyone's going to maybe pick up the pace. Not that I ever swum a 1500, but you'll know what it's like. Just pick up the pace in that last
Certainly
500.
no picking up with pace, I can assure you that, Paul. Hang on for dear life was the approach.
Yeah, it's a tough event, isn't it? The
Yeah,
1500.
well, if you get
absolutely.
it wrong early, then it's brutal. 'cause
Yeah.
then you're stuffed. So
And a lot of these heats, as you said, people get quite detached. Whether you know, you kind of drop back, there's no one around you, you just feel like you're absolutely on your own, don't you? At least if you've got someone, even if you're a little bit behind someone in the next lane, you can see them coming in and out of the turns, you could maybe gauge yourself and maybe say, right, okay, I'm going to just chase this person and not let them get too far ahead, sort of thing. But if you're on your own,
yeah. Although I suspect a lot of them at this level, they'll know what they want to do, and they just get their head down and you just stick on and keep doing it. So getting pulled away and distracted by others is a possible risk. So so Jennifer's now pretty much matching Kristen, so this has got the promising last 400 with these two. They are now only 5 metres apart, so you could see Kristen making a move. She's been slowly reeling her in. She was second at Scottish Summer Meet earlier in the year. Jennifer did this race, her entry time here at the North East England's Age Group Championships. But Kristen is another half a second, so yeah, I think we're building up for a good finish here. Oh, looking up there, Jennifer, she'll see she's got 13 lengths left. So 300 to go at this turn. Bit of a picked up her kick there.
is it going to have closed up here? Jennifer now.
Not sure, I think she did seem
Line
to do a bit of a
6.
surge in that one. But yeah, there you go, 36.3. And Kristen was there, yeah. So there's a little bit after she looked at the 13, the lap counter there. She said, "Oh, Jennifer, just pick it up a bit," but hopefully she can keep it going. But Kristen, slightly different stroke. Jennifer, slightly more rapid pacing, or quicker turnover.
Probably looking at somewhere around about the 17:55-ish, maybe. So it's going to be 2 good times for swimmers at the front of the field, that's for sure.
So she's still closing. It's now what, just over 3 seconds gap. They're repping 1:13 hundredths. So
So a little bit of a look at the lane markers there. You see that there's 9 lanes to go. She'll be coming up with 200 to go, and it seemed to give her a little bit of, as you said, a little bit of a boost there.
Yeah. Going to be hurting though. In she comes, 200 to go.
It's a nice shot there.
Oh, that was good.
It's an excellent head-on shot, showing the power and the technique of Jennifer Smith. Kristen Mackay though is still there. She's not going away.
No. So it's going to be under 18 minutes this. In the low, maybe in the low 1750s if they can keep it going. Oh, actually,
So
yeah.
leading to
Oh, picked it up there, Jennifer. Well done.
Kirsten as well picked it up. So she is closing very slightly. In third place, it's still Molly Young.
Only
And,
just though.
Fourth place, Caitlin Young, just very close as well. The two Youngs are separated by only half a second now. They're in third and fourth. Rebecca Somerville in fifth. She's just ahead of Sadie Faulkner. Lucy Atherton in seventh. Not too far behind those two, but 1400 metres now. And Jennifer Smith just leads them 16:55. And, it's going to be over, isn't it? It's going to be something like 1807 or something like that. Got our math slightly wrong there, but 1807, 1806, something like that. It's still going to be a good improvement. Something like 10 seconds or so. In fact, somewhere like 15 seconds for Jennifer Smith.
She's picked up. Yeah, she's much faster 50 there. And she's bringing it home nicely, Jennifer. As you say, it's going to be about a 18-20 second improvement on her entry. Kristen had about the same entry time, so she's going to be slightly less on that. So we've got to over 18 minutes, and it's going to be nicely swum there from Jennifer. 18:06.98, so 16 second improvement. Kristen 18:11, so that's an 11 second improvement for her. And it was a good fast finish from Caitlin Young, just edging out Molly Young. 18:21, so 3 seconds improvement for her, and Molly just over her entry time. So good race there.
Yeah, nice contest there at the front. Well, Jennifer Smith, really, she was being caught for a little while, up until maybe about the last 400 or so. But she's not, didn't let that shake her from the task, and she came home.
Yeah, responded well. Saw a challenge.
Comfortable victory in the end, wasn't it?
There's your lineup for Heat 2. Oh, just missed it on the screen. I'll just run it through for you. It was Abby Coventry from Morpeth in 1, Ellie Lewis Orpington in 2. In 3 is Alice Perry from Warrender Baths, Ava Ross from City of Glasgow in 4, Emily Forster, South City of Sunderland in 5, Kate Nolan, East Lothian in 6, Olivia Caldwell, City of Glasgow in 7, and Abby Whitfield, Bermont Side and Gateshead in lane 8. So only 12 seconds between these guys. Well, the same as at 10 seconds on the last one, but see how this one transpires as we head off on the first length of 60. Good mix of across the country again, Orpington, so down in Sussex Way, I think. And, Warrender swimmers, Edinburgh, Glasgow, Sunderland, East Lothian, Derwent side. So a good mix of northeast England, South England, and the central belt of Scotland in this one.
What's Orpington OG?
I don't know.
Orpington OG.
Do you want to Google that whilst we're
Yeah,
Let's
do that.
and
Yeah.
I'll. There's Ellie. Orpington OJ is leading at the 100, 105.01. It's Kent, isn't it, Orpington actually? But she's gone off like a storm.
Oh,
in
it's
this
actually Orpington OGs. Look at that. There you go.
Oh, well, there you go.
Orpington OGs swimming.
Well, doing okay.
Oh, it's as simple as that.
Okay, that's good. And she's gone off well here, 105 in that first one, first 100. Next to her, Alice Perry, Warrender swimmer, used to this pool, and she won Scottish Summer Meet in this event. Alice, on her inside, Ava Ross, 15-year-old from City of Glasgow. Next finalist. So they're all really very close to each other, low 36s across most of the pool. Ellie Lewis is repping about a second 50 faster than that.
It's interesting how that previous heat worked through there. The early leaders kind of been eclipsed a little bit in the later stages, certainly in the middle, as Jennifer Smith came through to take up the lead that she never relinquished. And we saw in the men's races yesterday, quite often early leaders just were able to kind of keep the pace going at the front of the field, got into that kind of rhythm and kept it going all the way through to lead from the front. Certainly quite a high stroke rate there from Ellie Lewis, leading them through the 200 mark, 250.62 for her. As you can see, she's around about a second, almost a second faster than practically anyone in the field. Emily Forster, the only other swimmer in the 35-second range for that 50. That red cap, City of Sunderland, in the centre lanes, in lane number 5. But Ellie Lewis, this would be impressive if she can keep this pace going. She has a big lead and she's extending that lead. Let's see if she's extended it again.
So she's 110s, all the way up. It's been a 65, a 70, a 70. So it's really good, consistent swimming in this first third of the race from Ellie. But definitely a second up on everyone else per 50. So 2 seconds, 100. So Seoul, after Seoul, was that in?
Oh, we're back.
It's interesting. So it was in Sydney after that.
So Barcelona.
Barcelona,
yeah.
Barcelona. Sydney was 2000. No.
Yeah, Sydney was 2000. Yeah, Atlanta 96. So Barcelona was probably my best games. The one I was most successful in. So that was very good. They had the outdoor pool. You know, you probably saw the scenes of the pool on the rooftop, the divers and kind
Greg
of the
Giannis doing his
so all the way across the sites across Barcelona. The pool was up there as well, so they had big stands for the Olympics, and the Paralympics was just after the Olympics, and they closed the stands off for the Paralympics, but they had to open them up again because there were queues outside the pool. Fantastic. And nobody could get in, so they opened them all up again, and it was a great atmosphere, the outdoor pool. I think that was I think it was the last time I think it was an outdoor pool. Atlanta was kind of an outdoor pool, but it had a canopy.
Outdoor, wasn't it?
No, not for the Paralympics.
Oh, right.
No, it was inside.
Right.
Atlanta was almost an outdoor pool.
Right.
But it was in a building, but it had no sides, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
But it had a roof.
Yeah.
So you couldn't swim in it when the thunderstorms. You got evacuated when there was a thunderstorm.
Did you have that?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Everybody was locked down. Wherever they were, the doors were shut and said, no, you can't go anywhere.
Golly.
So
did they manage to reschedule things then?
No, it didn't last too long. Maybe an hour, just delayed it for an hour or something. Right. But yeah, it was a bit frustrating. We got a little bit of a delay this morning. It was kind of very similar in Atlanta. I wasn't competing the day it was done, but I was in the pool.
Yeah.
So yeah, And then Sydney was my last game, so that was my last competitive game.
That's a
So that
nice
was
one
good.
to
Nice one to
finish
finish,
in, I
yeah.
think. Yeah, very good.
Definitely good atmosphere in Sydney. They always do a good job, the Australians.
Yeah.
1/3 stage for
Yeah.
Ellie Lewis. She's still extending that lead, isn't she?
And she's still, well, 110 highs, 111, and that's been pretty consistent, and she's just continually moving away from. Ava Ross is the one that's taken up the challenge mostly. She's the closest, she's repping 35s as well. And see whether we can get a repeat in this one, whether she will just slowly move up towards Ellie Lewis, or if Ellie's got this one nailed and is just going to stick at that pace. And she's doing pretty well now, another 35.6 in that one. So they've all gone. You can't see it on the screen, but in the venue, the colours change on the 50 splitting, and when they go faster than the previous 50, it goes green, and everyone's gone green, apart from Ellie Lewis, who's the leader, which is slightly ironic. But I don't know what's happened there. They've all just got a little bit of a boost after 500 metres, maybe. And,
I would say when it's a long course, if they swim downhill, but you don't have that excuse in a short
Not
course
really.
for a 50
not really.
to swim in both directions.
So Ava Ross is picking up the pace. She's now the fastest in the pool. So that's good.
At least we've got a scoreboard this afternoon, haven't
Yeah,
we, in
yeah.
the venue?
Yeah,
A little bit of technical problems yesterday. We're okay on the live stream.
Yesterday was tricky in the venue. No clock or anything, so we didn't have a clue what was going on. Had to count the lengths ourselves, which is
Oh,
which is the trickiest, most worrying thing about the whole thing. But anyway, I don't want to tell people somebody's finishing the race when they've still got 50 to go. That's not very good.
so the lead not really changing too much. You just saw the splits there for that previous 50. Ellie Lewis 35.58, Ava Ross 35.6, and Emily Forster 35.4. And you said that they're all gone green apart from Ellie Lewis the last time. They all went red apart from Ellie Lewis, who went green.
Yep.
So complete opposite for that previous 50, but 35.4 for the leader, and Ava Ross has closed, but only by 1/100th. That's not going to make much of a difference. It's going to take her a long time to get back that deficit.
There's a certain rhythm in the race, isn't there? And it does feel that we're in that potential change of rhythm where Ellie was dominant, very clearly dominant for the first 500 or 600, and it's just not quite that much as that now. And Ava's just consistently sticking at that, and if Ellie's trying to shake her and isn't doing it, that'll start getting her wondering, just wondering. And she's still going faster, Ava. So
That's halfway, Tony.
yeah. So we should.
Still, Ellie doing a really good job. That high turnover of
Yeah.
stroke, isn't she?
Yeah.
Spending a lot more energy, you would think, than the lesser stroke rate of the swimmers in the middle. Ava Ross in 4 and Emily Foster in 5. They've got very similar stroke rates, although very slightly different, but
And all
it's
three
Ellie
of them
Lewis.
kicking quite hard, which is not that normal in a 1500, is it? Don't know. They all just seem to be kicking quite hard, but
Yeah, big muscles of the leg.
yeah.
Use a lot of energy. Oh, still just into the second half of this race. The 800 metre mark has gone. We'll be down to the 850. And we'll see if Ava Ross has managed to close up the gap again. There we go. 36.09 this time for Ellie Lewis. She's closed up by around about half a second this time. So let's hope Ellie can keep this going.
So at that rate, she's catching. She could catch up because she has half a second of 50. That will get her back to Ellie before the end of the race. So we may well see a repeat of the last one.
And it's Emily Foster playing it smart here, just
Yeah.
on the shoulder
Yeah.
of Ava Ross. Looks pretty comfortable.
developing into a
900.
nice little race.
The lead slightly reducing
Yeah.
again. Yeah, this one not over by any means.
No, it's about a second, just under a second 100, and we've got 600 to go, and there's a gap of 4 seconds, 5 seconds, so it's possible.
Abby Whitfield in 4th place right on that far side. On the, in fact, the bottom end actually, Abby Whitfield right at the bottom.
1 and 8, battling it out.
Yeah.
Almost turned at exactly the same time in that one there.
Yeah, 2 Abbeys it is actually, isn't it? So it's confusing me. One at the bottom, one at the top. Abby Whitfield and Abby Coventry, but right at the front of the field. We'll just see if this lead is extended again. Ellie Lewis still going along very nicely indeed. It's going to be a good time for Ellie, I think. 35.8, that's a good split. This time 35.4. Ava Ross just closing up ever so slightly. You can just see the gap now. It's around about 5 metres or so.
It was 10 metres at one point, so it's very imperceptibly closed by half in the last 400 or 500 metres.
Past the 2/3 stage, this is 1050 coming up. Still a long way to go. Be at the 1100 range, 36.24 there. And 35.65 again. Things are be closing up. Look at Emily Forster here.
Yeah. That was, I've got to 1,000 and I'm off. Look at her. She's now overtaken Eva. As you said earlier, different tactics in this event. And it does look like Emily's decided to give it a bit of a booster charge in this 11th 100. And all of a sudden she's ahead of Eva. But not by much, but she is ahead. She hasn't done that before in this race at all.
Oh, interesting that Ava Ross and Ellie Lewis exactly the same 50 now, so didn't close any ground, Ava Ross, on that one, but Emily Forster was the one who closed up by half a second. She's just about gone ahead of Ava Ross. We're coming down to the 1150. So when the swimmers get up to this top end, they'll have 13 lengths to go.
That's an intriguing race, isn't it? Like a little pack chasing. And it's just whether they've got enough pool left to catch up.
Still just under the 5 metres is the gap.
Ava can just hang on in these couple of hundred here because it looks like Emily's really making a push. I'm not sure Ava's going any slower. I think Emily is picking up the pace.
Yeah, lead kind of stabilised now, I think, at just about 5 metres. We'll see there. 36.28 for Ellie Lewis. Emily Forster now 35.92. So picked up by 0.3 of a second. That is the 1200 mark. So what are they looking for? They're going around about maybe 112 for each of the hundreds. So 3 100s, 36, well maybe a 45, 75, yeah.
Although we got it completely wrong last time.
So we did, yeah. Don't listen to us.
Sadly people don't have a choice, I suppose. But I think that's about right. This is now getting to this point where Emily's just going to have to surge if she wants to catch up. And Ellie just needs to hold on. I think Emily's managed to force her way ahead. It's half a second more. All of a sudden she's more than a body length ahead of Ava. And she's got Ellie now in her sights. Still.
Gap still 3 seconds though.
Yeah.
With 200 to go.
Get the feeling Ellie's managed to hold this one off.
So she swum this really well. gone out fast, got that little bit of a lead in the early stages and is able to hold it, able to respond to the charge so far. It's not all over yet though. Still 150 to go. She'll take the bell when she comes down to this end the next time. It was 3 seconds, it's under 3 seconds now. We've got still 2.8 seconds though, so things get a little bit more complicated as they come to lap some of the swimmers. It's definitely closing, but I think Ellie is probably going to have enough to take this one. As should be taking the
bell at the next one. Yeah, we've still got 4. This is the last 100. So
last 100, yeah. So 100 to go. Ellie Lewis, 36.22 there, and Emily Forster closing again, 35.63 for Emily Forster. She swum this really well too. Both of them have swum it excellently. Both of them swum it slightly differently, but it's coming up with a very similar result. The gap is really closing down, but I think Ellie Lewis is probably going to have enough to do this one as she takes the bell. Lead now under 2 seconds. Not just on 2 seconds actually, but I'm not sure that Emily Forster has got enough.
Absolutely piling in on this last 50. Look at this. Goodness me. I thought it was over, but it's not. Has she got enough pool left?
You know what, she might do, you know.
Ellie Lewis, hold on. Oh, it's a mad last 50 from Emily Forster. And she might do this, you know. Is she going to make it? Oh, I think Ellie's just going to hold on. Oh. What a race there. Super swimming from both swimmers. Both getting 17:43s. So that's a nice improvement for both of them. 20 seconds. Well, that was a cracking race there. Ava also coming in 17:50. So that's 8-second improvement for her. Coventry 18:08. So just under her inch time as well. And Abby Whitfield 18:10. Improves by 0.7. So that was a cracking race there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Don't expect that at the end of the 1500 every time.
17:43.36 against 17:43.76. As I said, he swam it very differently, but almost exactly the same result. Here we go. Great, it was a brave swim from Ellie Lewis. Really good, wasn't it?
Yeah. Stuck to what she wanted to do, and it paid off into the last heat. India Marshall, University of Aberdeen, performance in 1. Charlotte Payton, Tynemouth in 2. Gwen Mearns, Tynedale in 3. Caris Mooney, City of Glasgow in 4. Lucy Hunter from South Lanarkshire in 5. Burr Stockton's Jessica Thomas in 6. Millie Cammack from City of Sunderland in 7. Matilda Smith, City of Sunderland in lane 8. So I wonder what this one will bring us.
Well, their entry times are pretty similar to the times that we saw in that previous heat there. 17:43 won it, so the fastest time is 17:38. Second fastest 17:42. So if the swimmers here go similar times.
And India Marshall in lane 1 did a 17:38, so a big improvement at Bucks recently. So she's got in her doing a time that's similar to Caris Mooney. Caris was 9th in this event last year. She did this time, 17:38. There's Caris who's taken the lead.
Yeah, 105 on the early stages from Caris Mooney.
So that's almost identical to where we were at the last heat. 105, 110, 110 for the first couple. further. Lucy Hunter, South Lanarkshire. Always good distance pedigree in that South Lanarkshire squad. And here we come at 200. Slightly faster, 69 in that one. Not hanging about, Karis.
Yeah. Just keep an eye on the splits as we go through again, but a little bit closer in the early stages than we've seen. Marie and Lucy Hunter. So right in the middle, Jessica Thomas also there in the centre lanes. India Marshall right at the top, also in the mix as well. Karis Mooney coming down now to the 300 mark. And she has just a little bit of an advantage over Lucy Hunter, but still early days. I can see from those lane markers at the top end.
So another 70 point there, just under.
Yeah, not much in it at all.
No, it's good. So it is faster pace than the previous one by about a second 100. But see whether that carries on. So let's conclude your Paralympic journey. So you went and became a media darling after that, didn't you? After
media darling, oh yes. Well, I swam Commonwealth Games 2002. It's my last one, my only Commonwealth Games. So that was good fun.
So where was that?
Manchester.
Ah, okay.
Rained most of the time, but
well,
that's
Manchester. Yeah,
that's good. Yeah, that was very good fun. That's when Alison Shepherd we talked about earlier. She won a gold medal Commonwealth Games. I was finished my race, and myself and one of my colleagues, we'd both finished, so we got asked to go to a royal reception with Prince Edward. But it was when Alison was going to swim a race, and we were like, I will wait outside and watch the race, and then we'll go in afterwards. So we watched the race, so Alison won her gold, but then they wouldn't let us in.
Oh, really? Oh,
because we're late. So anyway, well, that's it.
Made your
but
choices.
I thought we made the right choice.
I think
see Alison winning that gold was
great.
Alison
do that.
Yeah, so at Athens, 2004 was my first one on commentary, so that was good. Yes, that was a surprise. They were just beefing up their coverage. It was BBC at that time, and beefing up their coverage of the Paralympics. The first time they had actual, live commentary on the Paralympic Games, because previously they just showed highlights maybe sometime after the games.
Right.
They never had former athletes as pundits or co-commentators or anything. So I was one of the first ones to do that. So yeah,
very good.
Oh, well, not just me. There was a few others, but they're the first batch. So yeah. So it was an experience, definitely.
Well, everyone's learning what to do, I suspect.
Yeah, so they've asked me back a few times since then.
Right.
So
it must have gone all right.
Yeah, I managed to negotiate my way a few. Beijing I had slightly different role because I was with British Swimming on the media side in Beijing, but I was then Channel 4 took over the games in 2012, the coverage, so I think that they've been really good for the Paralympics, and so I worked for Channel 4 ever since, so we did
so London must have been pretty special.
Yeah, London was amazing, absolutely amazing. We had the best seat in the house, as we often do in the commentary box.
You showed me your picture from the Paris Stadium, and you couldn't have been any better position to the finish.
We were right up in the above the VIP area, so they always put the VIPs in a nice spot. So we were above that in the commentary position in London. But it was an amazing atmosphere in London, and things just took off, I think, for the Paralympic Games at that time.
Yeah.
I mean, the Olympics were so successful in London, so Paralympics afterwards they thought, it's going to be a bit of a lull, bit of a dip, but it just lifted again, didn't it?
It seemed to go on another level.
Yeah. So, great stuff. And then Rio was good. Tokyo wasn't so good because we
Yeah.
didn't go to Tokyo. We did it from London,
Right.
and Paris was amazing, and
Yeah.
that's where we are. Good to get back into the stadium,
Yeah.
experience the atmosphere, you know. So yeah, I've been lucky to negotiate my way through to the 11 games. So
That's
God,
pretty
I
good
can hardly
going.
believe it.
Yeah, no, that's amazing.
LA the next one, so
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be an experience.
that'll be nice. But you can never, you know what it's like. You can never count your chickens. Always
Can't
new people.
Presume, yeah.
New people with different ideas, so you never know. But fingers crossed.
No, it's good. Yeah, my old
Bit
coach
correct.
Drew Gordon used to do all the Eurosport
Oh, yeah, of
commentary,
course,
but he
yeah.
was saying that they started doing them not in the stadium and watching a recording, and it's just not the same. So I'm sure you found that with Tokyo, it just wasn't the same.
Did he do Tokyo as well then?
No, he
Eurosport?
didn't. But I just think you were saying you
Oh,
weren't
yeah.
you weren't in the stadium.
I
you
know,
were having to
yeah,
watch
yeah.
a recording, and just
Yeah, it's not
can't get
not
the
the
feel
best,
of it.
unfortunately. But we're right here in the stadium here
We are.
in the Commonwealth pool.
This is not a recording, and
No.
it's looking good in the pool.
It's
Lucy
not
Hunter.
AI.
No. And as Lucy has taken on the lead, did look like she looked very comfortable. So 35 still. India Marshall over there is trying to stick with them. And Lucy's had a good last 200 or 300, just slowly picking up on Karis. And first change of lead, may not be the last. Youth Academy member Lucy, 15-year-old. And Scottish Summer Champion, third at national age groups last year. And she's shown some good form in this penultimate heat of this 1500. One to come this evening.
It's halfway now tonight, 7:50.
Yeah. So 8:43. So that, what was last?
16, 17. If you double that, 17:26. But
Yeah.
you're going to have to add a little bit
Yeah. But
for
still,
the fast opening, probably. So
still looking like they're under their entry.
yeah. Maybe certainly around about 17:30 range, I would say.
Bang on same time, 35.6. Karis is desperately trying to stick with her, and she is. Not letting her get away. It looked at one point like Lucy was going to get away from Karis. And if she can just stick with her, it might start getting a bit of doubt in Lucy's head.
Well, you would say still 5 in contention for
Yeah,
this.
yep. Yeah, at this stage in the last heat, the eventual winner was about 10 metres up on the rest of the field, and she won by a couple of tenths of a second, so it's definitely not a 10-metre gap between these first 5 at all. 5 metres at most. So you could say any one of these 5 has a chance on this heat. Millie Kamek looking like she's the fastest in the pool at the moment. City of Sunderland swimmer, 15-year-old, so 3 15-year-olds in this. Lucy Hunter, the one in the lead. Millie Kamek is just about to get into second, I think. Or if not on this turn, pretty soon thereafter.
Yeah, Carmack down. Scoot over now, closest to us of those leading 3 or 4. Maybe dropped. Possibly Jessica Thomas just dropping off the pace there.
Yeah.
And it's down to maybe 4 to see who can challenge for this. That's 900 gone. They'll be at the 950. They'll be at the 2/3 stage very soon. And yeah, I mean, we did see the previous heat. Emily Forster made a little bit of a move at the 1,000 metre mark.
Yep.
So I wonder if we're going to see something similar from any of the swimmers here. Emily Forster, City of Sunderland. I wonder if the likes of Millie Kamek is having similar tactics, her teammate from Sunderland.
Yeah. Well, she's gone a bit earlier, unless she's still got something in the tank to do the 1,000, but she's just gradually over those last 200 taken the lead of Karis Mooney, and now she's ahead of Lucy Hunter as well. And she's now repping low 35s, high 34s, so she's definitely made a move at that kind of 800 mark. And she has now taken the lead. 35 again. So it's great racing, these 1500s. They move and ebb and flow throughout the whole race.
Yeah, that's 1,000 metres gone now. And Millie Cammack maybe just has that lead. Lucy Hunter she's responded, I think. She'll be able to see Millie Cammack breathing over, been to both sides actually. So she'll be able to see Millie Cammack as she breathes over to that side. But Cammack did take about a second away from Lucy Hunter there, though, increased her lead by around about a second in the end, and these two are pushing on now. Caris Mooney not quite out of this yet. She'll have to pick up the pace a little, not to let Lucy Hunter get away from her. India Marshall maybe dropping back very slightly over there at the far side in lane 1 in 4th position. Looks like we've lost Jessica Thomas, I think. So I think she's pulled up Jessica Thomas in lane 6. Yep. So leading 3 or 4 though. But he does look like Millie Cammack for City of Sunderland is pulling away now. We'll get an idea of that when we see the split at this bottom end.
Yeah, I mean that's a 5 metre gap in the space of about 100 metres, 150, 200 metres, sorry. And yeah, look at that, over a second, nearly a second and a half, and all of a sudden Lucy's not contending with Millie, she's contending with a resurgent Caris Mooney, who's just gone half a second faster in that last 50, and she's back in the race with Lucy Hunter. Nice shot there of Millie. Very steady, strong stroke from Millie.
Millie, one of the Millies and Mollies that we saw before. Yeah, I think she might have been. If you weren't tuning in before, we had a whole heat of Millies and Mollies. It's the popular names for these age groups.
No, she wasn't. She's another one.
She wasn't?
No.
Oh, okay. Millie
I'm
Cammack.
not sure what a collective of Millies is.
Oh, a collective noun.
Yeah.
Of Millies.
12:50
gone, and Millie Cammack still extending that lead. Lucy Hunter still in second. Caris Mooney still in third. India Marshall not out of this one for the fight for the top 3 spaces. At the top space, they come down to the 1300 mark. Looking like that has been sewn up.
Oh, it's been a great second half to this race for Millie Cammack. Really pushed on. Slightly sore in that one, but still she's got a clear lead now. And it is a good race for second, third and fourth, because I don't think India Marshall's out of it either. She's pacing around about the same as Caris and Lucy. Slightly slower in that one, but she's working hard over there. And Caris has done well not to have Lucy pull away from her. She did look at one stage that Caris was struggling to keep up with Lucy, but she's stuck at it.
It's going to be somewhere around about that 17:30 that we thought it might be a few hundred metres ago. It's not going to be far away from that at all.
7:48 entry for Millie, so that's a nice improvement if she can do that. Caris and Lucy having a cracking race for second. India's not out of it. She's still, and given what we saw in the last heat, that's doable. Right, here goes Millie with 100 to go. Yeah, 16:30 is going to be about right target for her. And Caris and Lucy are really slogging it out here between the two of them. And it's definitely Millie's race here. As she comes into the bell, this will be a lovely sound for her. 50 to go. Into the 34s there. Lucy still trying to push away from Karis as they come into the final 50. Karis, Lucy and India all around the same pacing. But it's been a super race here from Millie Kamek. It's going to be around that 17:30. A good return for her. About an 18-19 second improvement on her entry time. As she comes in. And she takes this one in a 17:29.50. She gets under that 17:30. Who's going to get this second place? Oh my goodness. Oh. What's that? 2/100ths of a second at the end of 1500. What a good swim from those two swimmers. Lucy Hunter just held off Karis Mooney. Well, congratulations to both of them. Faster than their entry time, so that's good to see. And India Marshall has improved her time yet again. She went 17:38.96 at Bucks. That was a 17:38.16. So small marginal improvement.
Tilda Smith improved as well by 0.3 of a second.
So 3 fantastic 1500s there, and all in their own little ways. Very different, but good to watch. Different types of strategies and tactics, fast finishes, close finishes, to conclude our afternoon session. So thank you all very much for joining us this afternoon. That was a great set of swims there. We're going to be moving on to the very final session of these 2024 Scottish National Short Course Championships here at the Royal Commonwealth Pool. Next session coverage starts at 5:25, and we look forward to seeing you then.